You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
If it's going on, we're going to be there.
Well, it's a new day in the search for Riley Strain. The coalition of out-of-state volunteers pitching in as his family is now pushing for more updates. Plus, new information this morning about the Covenant school shooter's writings, why they could soon be made open to the public.
Waking up warm, very nice this afternoon. Clouds creeping in and rain before the weekend. We're timing it in your Code Red forecast.
All right, thank you, Greg, and thank you for watching here on Fox 17 News this morning. Welcome in. It's a Thursday morning, just after 4 a.m. I'm Justin McFarland. We're going to begin with the nonstop search for Riley Strain. It continues on right now. Yesterday, crews were searching the waterways in Cheatham County for that missing University of Missouri student. They focus in on an area around the Cheatham Dam. Riley's father says that after several days of somewhat frustrating searches with Metro Police, he is glad that more help is here.
It's a whole lot more resources than what we've had so far. Of course, I wish that this could have happened a week ago. It takes time to get this stuff in place. These people have been so good to come out and help us. We're tired. We're real tired, so some fresh people coming in has really helped.
Well, aside from the searches on the water, the United Cajun Navy is also helping coordinate land searches for the riverbank there along the Cumberland, which is very difficult to get access to. Well, at this point, detectives tell us that they are going to continue to filter through all the different tips that they're getting and all the leads out there. They're also going to be doing some recanvassing of that area where Riley went missing. They're also going to be talking to some of the people in the homeless camps as well. We will have a complete live report on the search for Riley Strain starting on Fox 17 News this morning around 7 o'clock. We do have continuing coverage on another missing young person, this one in Sumner County. We're talking about the teenager Sebastian Rogers. The TBI says they are continuously going over surveillance video from the neighbors' businesses. So far, there are no new details about where Sebastian might be. Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his home in the Shackle Island community back on February 26th.
Waking up, you're looking at our forecast. A little different than yesterday. Cloud cover going to increase throughout today. The big three things to know heading into the weekend is that cloud cover will take over today and tomorrow. We'll get it out of here in time for the weekend. Rain will move in after sunset. I've changed the timing, and I've also changed how much we're going to get between now and the upcoming Saturday and Sunday for our weekend. No storms expected, but about a half-inch worth of rain will come in little doses, on and off. Taking a look, sunset's getting better and better. We're stretching out that daylight every single day, and by tomorrow we'll have a 7 p.m. sunset for the first time since September 11th of last year. It's been a while since we've been seeing that clock turn over and the sun still is not below the horizon. As far as today goes, great day again to get outside for lunchtime. You might see clouds increasing. As I mentioned, don't worry about rain today. Those clouds will do nothing but filter our sunshine a little bit. 54 degrees at 11 o'clock, 58 at noon, and 62 degrees will be your temperature at 1 o'clock. Now, with these temperatures, we're going to have a little bit of a wind increase today and tomorrow as well. That wind brings in the rain that we have going into tomorrow. We're going to track that. Next check of your Code Red forecast in about 6 minutes from right now. We'll work you into the upcoming weekend.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 4:04. Quick look here at I-24. This is at Hickory Hollow Parkway. As you make that drive in and around the Antioch area, things are looking very sharp out there this morning. No big problems that we've seen so far out there on the roads. Of course, things are subject to change, but right now, if you're going to the airport, things are also looking really nicely. I-40 there at the Donaldson Pike exit there near BNA. No big problems on the ground or even in the sky. No delays so far over there at BNA either. New details this morning in the federal lawsuit against the FBI to release the Covenant shooter's writings to the public. It comes almost a year after the Tennessee Star newspaper sued the Bureau. Now, the federal judge is ordering the FBI to turn over the shooter's writings, to the court. Now, a judge will review those writings and determine if they should be released or not. The Tennessee Star previously sued the Metro Nashville government for not releasing the manifesto before taking it to the federal level.
What do you think that difference is between suing Metro versus, FBI?
At first, I thought we would be more likely to obtain the documents in state proceedings. But there are a number of parties who do not want those documents revealed and have taken the legal actions to impede its release. And again, I think that is contrary to the public interest.
Well, the FBI tells Fox 17 they do not have any comment at this time. Next week marks 1 year since the deadly shootings at the Covenant School. The Maury County Sheriff's Office says a confirmed gang member is behind bars this morning. We're taking a closer look at the drug raid that landed him in jail.
Providing you the information needed to prepare and stay safe. Fox 17 News, your Code Red station. Alerts, empowers, protects.
.408 is the time here on this Thursday morning. Maury County deputies say that a gang member with a long criminal record is now back behind bars. They say that you're watching James Rucker walk into his home just last week. Now, minutes later, deputies from Murray, Williamson, as well as the TBI agents, they all pulled up and swarmed that home. They were executing a search warrant. Now, that spot shadow you see at the top of your screen is James Rucker running out of the back door of that home. Deputies say they found large amounts of cocaine, meth, ecstasy, pot, and around $47,000 of cash inside the home. They also caught up with Rucker. He's now facing a long list of charges. Once the longtime home to the Beeman Automotive dealership on Broadway, it's getting a brand new look that will feature condos, businesses, and a lot more. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live at the site along Broadway to tell us about the latest mixed-use development. Karen.
Good morning, Justin. Well, I'm right on McGavick Street across Beeman Automotive, and right behind me you can see that there's construction for the new development. GBT Realty and Monarch Alternative Capital are moving closer to transforming the former Beeman Automotive dealership into a multi-tower mixed-use development called Mid-City from documents we obtained on their plans. Take a look at the renderings. The empty lot you just saw will look just like this. It's a bird-eyes view featuring a main street that will go towards a pavilion. The approximate location is by Broadway and I-40 and I-65. Phase 1 includes a podium, a garage, and towers. A statement by J.T. Martin, Senior Vice President at CBRE, says in part, quote, "It should be noted that any density figures included in these filings are preliminary and may not be reflected of final plans. We're all very excited for the transformative potential of this site, and the project team is working diligently to deliver a vision that perfectly reflects the needs of Nashville." This new development will likely bring more revenue to the Music City, along with tourists. Reporting live in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Here we are closing on 411 this morning and taking a look ahead to what we're tracking next. This is not today, but late tonight into tomorrow morning. We've kind of shifted our timeline for some rain, which is actually good for all of today. But here's what we're working through. A few showers that will start after sunset tonight, and we're talking 1 or 2 on the radar here leading into tonight. Steadier rainfall moves in for Friday, kind of in pockets. Think rain for an hour or two, nice break. Rain for an hour or two, a nice break. That'll be what we go through. But about a ½ inch of rain is possible by Saturday. No storms, no severe weather. Grab the umbrella all day because we can't exactly pinpoint every single neighborhood where that rain is going to be for those pockets that do move in. But here's the overall broad scope of everything. Taking a look, future track today. Looks good. A little bit cloudier this afternoon than yesterday, but the morning starting off fairly on the sunny side. Take a look here. Future track, 4 p.m. Timing has not changed, but how many showers we see? That has gone down a little bit. Taking this through 10 p.m. and then going into the overnight. A couple little specks in the radar. Tomorrow morning, looking much drier than it did even 24 hours ago. And in the afternoon, a few more showers will move in. Again, nothing to worry about. Just have that umbrella handy. Coming up, a look at your 7-day forecast, and we'll plan your weekend in a few minutes. Justin?
Steer clear traffic this morning and coming up on 412. Quick look outside. This is going to be I-24 Bradley Parkway. As you make that drive in, You can see for yourself how traffic is moving there really nicely. No problems out there so far this morning. Of course, things will change. More and more people will jump out there on the road a little bit later. This is 65 at Trinity Lane on the north side. Things also looking really nicely there. We're going to take a closer look at some of those drive times. We've got them in the oven. They're almost ready. We'll pull them out here in just a few. Protecting musicians in Tennessee. We're going to break down the bill being signed by Governor Lee later today. And the U.S. government could see a brief
out of debt so you can start living again.
We're POTUS and POTUS. Give us a call today.
POTUS and POTUS, with offices in Nashville, Clarksville, and Franklin.
4:14 is the time happening today. Tennessee will become the first state in the nation to pass a law protecting musicians from the impact of artificial intelligence. Now, Governor Bill Lee will be signing the Elvis bill into law today with the hopes of Tennessee setting the stage for the rest of the country to try and follow. Now, the act ensures that the likeness, voice, and image security of music artists, plus the name, image, and likeness is already protected in Tennessee, but state leaders are adding the voice to protect creators from AI.
States across the country that already have what we call a right of publicity law, similar to Tennessee, but it's not clear if those laws apply to digital replicas and AI. Not every state includes voice, which is why this bill in Tennessee is so important.
The Elvis Act will be signed into law at noon. It's happening at the Roberts Western World. That's down on Broadway. It goes into effect coming up on July the 1st. Well, despite strong bipartisan agreement, the United States could still see a partial government shutdown this weekend. Supporters probably have enough votes to pass the deal, but they might not have enough time. Amy Kiley takes this report.
Where there's a will.
We've been very, very consistent, very adamant that we had to get our government funded. We had to get the appropriations process done.
There's not always a way. Parts of the federal government could briefly shut down this weekend, despite a bipartisan budget deal. The issue is time and whether it can overcome hurdles by the end of tomorrow.
Even with bipartisanship, it's going to be a tight squeeze to get this funding package passed.
The deal appears to have enough support to pass eventually. It funds parts of the government an earlier package didn't cover.
There's absolutely no reason for a pointless and costly shutdown.
But legislating requires a series of steps. With everyone in agreement, they go quickly. But how often is Congress in total agreement?
You think you guys should shut it down?
I do.
Lawmakers who oppose the deal have ways to slow down the process. Some say they at least want more time to read the legislation.
You don't even know what's in there and what's not in there.
In the House, expediting with a suspension of the rules requires a supermajority. In the Senate, a speedy unanimous consent vote fails if a single person objects.
The point isn't really about the process of whether it's Friday or Saturday or Sunday. It's whether or not someone stands up and says the emperor has no clothes, the country has no money.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, the good news is a brief weekend shutdown would not cause as many issues as a longer one. That's because many federal workers already have those days off. Well, a faraway star is expected to be visible to the naked eye in the near future. NASA calls it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The star system, 3,000 light years from Earth, is too dim to see right now. But when the outburst happens, it will be about as bright as the northern star. The nova outburst is expected anytime now until September and will last several days before it finally dims. Outbursts like this happen roughly once every 80 years. Greg Bovis is here with us. Greg, this is a very rare occurrence there. You heard once every 80 years.
Yeah.
Do we know where to look? Or, I know they said any time, so we're still waiting for it to happen, I guess.
I'm already Googling, so we'll know. And also, if the star is 3,000 light years away, the light we're going to see when this burst happens is 3,000 years old.
So it happened 3,000 years ago.
The exact light you're seeing came from that star 3,000 years ago.
So we're looking for something that's already happened, is what you're telling me.
A long, long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to find where this is at, because you know you got my interest here. Taking a look back home, none of that kind of action going on right now, but you can definitely see the stars in the sky if you get away from the city, of course. Yeah, the city lights kind of always dim our night sky when it comes to stars. The further away you go, the better you're going to be, but we are starting off good. What are you wearing today? Very similar to yesterday. Any kind of summer vibe you got? Maybe the summer hat. You'll need the shades this morning, this afternoon, a little bit on the cloudier side, but no rain. We're not grabbing umbrellas. We're not grabbing the raincoat, the rain boots. That can stay in the closet until tomorrow. So getting out the door. What are we waking up to here? March 21st. You're waking up to temperatures that are in the 40s right now. They're going to drop a little bit here throughout the morning. And I've been stressing this the last week and a half or so, because once that time change happens and we pull back the sunrise, or I should say push the sunrise forward, and then bring also that sunset a little bit later, we do get our cooler temperatures that will settle in for an extra hour or two, but we'll keep it in the 40s all morning long. Relatively clear. Now, maybe you got a flight this morning. Someone's coming into town. What does this mean at BNA for us? Another great day. 43, then 58 at noon, and 65 degrees later this afternoon. The increase in cloud cover not going to be a problem. Not much wind either. Just checked the flight board, and only 4 flight delays so far at BNA. None of those are cancellations. So always check your flight times, but right now, nothing big that you have to worry about getting up and getting moving if you're heading to the airport. 67 degrees today and tomorrow. The rain tomorrow is going to be there, and I'm also looking ahead almost a week toward Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. Our next chance to hear some rumbles of thunder will not be until next week, but we're going to keep our eyes on that into and out of the upcoming weekend. Justin?
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 4:20. Here's a quick look at what we're dealing with. North side of town, I-65 at Trinity Lane. No problem as you get out there this morning. If you're making your way down from Rivergate, from Madison, from all the Villes, Millersville, Goodlettsville, Hendersonville, we're doing just fine. Here's a look at your overall drive times right now. Mount Juliet at 26 minutes, Murfreesboro 49 minutes, Franklin at 25 minutes. Every single one of these times will be going up as the morning goes on. We got you covered with Steer Clear traffic live and local through 9. Well, the EPA finalized tougher new vehicle emission standards, which are expected to speed up the adoption of electric vehicles. Now, the new rules do not ban new gas cars the way California eventually will. Instead, the new they will get stricter year after year in an effort to try to encourage automakers to make more EVs and pull down their emissions average. Now, it's all part of the Biden administration's goal to eliminate greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. Some Republicans say that Biden's policies are hurting the country's energy industry.
I think we have to lower the regulations, the EPA, the regulatory environment that stops the drilling here and drilling now, and says they're not even wanting us to frack right now in the U.S. And so we're trying to pass legislation that says we'll allow to frack in the U.S. because we have energy here. We can produce it here cheaper.
Well, those that cannot meet the targets can buy credits from companies in compliance or be forced to reduce sales of gas-powered vehicles. We'll see how it plays out. But the Tennessee Volunteers play their very first game in the NCAA tournament later tonight. We're going to tell you what one key player has to say about their preparations. And a wildfire continues to burn.
Of your space. Try the Airwick way with Airwick Essential Mist. Infused with natural essential oils to fill your moment with immersive fragrance for up to 45 days. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.
4:24 is the time. The Tennessee Volunteers kicking off the NCAA tournament tonight. And they're going to need this guy a whole lot back here behind me. We're talking about the Vols' fifth-year guard, Dalton Knecht. He was named the SEC Player of the Year last week. And yesterday, he was named a finalist for the Luke Olson National Player of the Year Award. Now, Knecht is averaging over 21 points a game while shooting 46.5% overall. The Vols would definitely need those numbers tonight as they face off against St. Peter's, the Peacocks, opening up the tournament. Now, Tennessee is coming off of a very ugly loss to Mississippi State in the opening game of the SEC tournament last week in Nashville. Knecht says they were not aggressive enough, and that won't happen again.
We just weren't there. We need to be, we're going to be more competitive, especially we know it's win or go home, and this could be our last game, and we definitely don't want that to haven't. So we're going to come out ready to fight and be the aggressors.
The Vols, number 2 seed in their particular bracket, will tip off against St. Peter's. That game is at 8:20. St. Peter's a 15 seed. We'll see what happens. Well, the madness of March has already started for the Vanderbilt women's basketball team. They were able to come together to get the big win over Columbia. Commodores back in the tournament for the first time in a decade. They barely defeated the Columbia Lions, but they got it done by 4 points last night. Final score, 72-68. They will take on Baylor tomorrow night. Firefighters are now battling a wildfire that is burning right now in Virginia's Shenandoah National Park. The National Park Service says that the fire has burned 100 acres and was only 10% contained. The cause right now is unknown, but red flag warnings were issued earlier just yesterday. Officials also implemented a complete fire ban yesterday due to the high winds and dry conditions there in the area. Again, we're talking about Virginia. Some areas of that national park are now closed. Let's talk to Greg. He's got a look at the local forecast.
That we do, and this is also important back home. We haven't had rain in about almost 7 days leading up to right now. This is a map right now where you're waking up and you're kind of getting the sandman out of the eyes. Everywhere that is shaded in gray is seeing a little bit of smoke in the upper atmosphere from fires somewhere. You see a lot of little red dots here. Those are all active fires. A lot of them are small, but they are actual active fires, whether it's woodlands or just some areas where we know that they're not completely contained yet. Do not burn anything until we get towards Saturday. That's when we'll have some rain tomorrow. We'll get everything a little more on the damp side, and then you'll be good to go. Today, nice, just again, no burning. Similar start to yesterday. Temperatures in the 40s, 67 degrees later on this afternoon. Clouds will build. 7 p.m. is the sunset for us. Your weekend outlook breezy and partly cloudy, rain-free. A super looking Sunday. I've dialed back the temperatures a little bit on your Saturday, unfortunately. Only in the low 60s, but still a good day and a little bit on the breezier side. If you like it cooler, Saturday's your pick. If you like it a little on the warmer side, Sunday's your pick. Either way, both days look great.
Steer clear traffic out there for you. Let's get out to the very latest happening on your interstates. That includes I-24 Waldron Road coming in from the Laverne area. Looking very nice out there so far. No big problems, no big drama, nothing shutting down. Interstates are holding you up. That is certainly great news. There are other areas of town to check into, including over in West Nashville. Are the trucks sleeping? We've got the details on that coming up here in a few minutes. A mid-state equipment operator rescued. Authorities say he was trapped for more than half the day. We're going to tell you how they eventually got him out.
It gave me new hope.
Talk to your cardiologist today. Visit hcmrealtalk.com to learn more.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Well, now on Fox 17 News This Morning, a mid-state teacher is suspended. We're going to tell you what the Rutherford County School Board says they saw her doing on school cameras.
Waking up this morning here, sunrise right around 7 o'clock this morning. We're in the 40s, but we have rain we're tracking in before we get to the weekend. The latest timeline in your forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us over to West Nashville. That's I-40 at White Bridge Road. A couple of trucks taking a little break. We're going to tell you how common this is and other things happening across the mid-state. Thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning, just after 4:30. I'm Justin McFarland, thrilled to be here with you. We're going to get started with news out of Rutherford County this morning. That is where a Rutherford County school teacher has been suspended after the Board of Education says she was caught on camera forcibly, physically contacting 2 students. Now, the school board voted and says that Emily Roman was seen on camera at the Stewartsboro Elementary School cafeteria grabbing and pulling a student's arm and pushing a student, and other physical acts over an 8-minute period of footage. Now, the board voted last night to suspend her for 15 days. She was on unpaid suspension before that vote happened. A mid-state man is now safe after being rescued from a collapsed chirp pit. This happened down in Murray County. Now, the Murray County Fire Department says they were called to a landslide on Keg Spring Road around 11 p.m. on Tuesday. That's when they found the operator buried by debris. They say he had been trapped for around 12 hours. Multiple agencies worked to dig that man out. We're told he was eventually lifted out of that pit and flown to a local hospital. That is where he is now recovering. A new Midtown development is breathing new life into what was once the Beeman Automotive dealership there on Broadway. The dealership had been down there for decades. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live on the site right now to tell us about the latest plans for development and what this could mean for that immediate part of the city. Karen?
Good morning, Justin. Well, the new development will more than likely bring revenue to the Music City, and it's expected to have things like retail stores, condos, and more. Take a look at the massive size of that development behind me, stretching from 14 Avenue South to 16 Avenue South on Broadway, an extremely busy area. These renderings give a bird-eyes view featuring a main street that will go towards a pavilion. We also see towers, and the plans say that there will be a ton of trees to bring more life into the mid-city development. GBT Realty and Monarch Alternative Capital are responsible for transforming the former Beeman Automotive dealership into the multi-tower mixed-use development called Mid-City from documents we obtained. A statement by J.T. Martin, Senior Vice President at CBRE, says in part, quote, "This filing by the project team is a normal administrative milestone as part of a 12-month process. To further advance the project, due to its large-scale scope, the redevelopment of the former Beeman Automotive will be executed in phases. Right now, according to the plans, it is in its first phase, and that phase will include a garage, a podium, and as I just mentioned, towers. Now again, these are just plans, and they're not finalized yet." Reporting live in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
4:33, a look at your Code Red forecast. No Code Red weather, but the three big bullet points here for your weather story waking up this morning. Get going at a regular pace. Weather's not going to mess with you this morning when it comes to getting out the door and just, turning the page to the next day. We're getting closer and closer to the weekend. Another great day. Rain does take over tomorrow. That has not changed all week long. We've been watching Friday as the day. A little tweak here or there to the timing and how much we'll see, but generally speaking, tomorrow's the day to have the umbrella for you. Weekend preview. I've also messed with temperatures a little bit here. I've gotten Saturday a little bit cooler and Sunday up near the 70-degree mark. Right now, 46 degrees. We are crystal clear outside. Nothing to worry about. A look at some more hometown temperatures. The more south we get, the warmer we are, the more toward the north we go, the cooler we are. A few upper 30s are going to be here on the map. Already one right now in Tompkinsville. You get out toward Bowling Green and then Hopkinsville. We're at 40 degrees. Nashville itself is sitting at 46. We're going to aim for 67 degrees this afternoon. 7 p.m. is the sunset. And I keep stressing this because this is the first time since September 11th of last year that our sunset will be at 7 p.m. We'll talk about those rain chances and those little tweaks to the forecast coming up in about 5 minutes. Justin.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-40 at White Bridge Road. This is over in the West Nashville area. We got a few trucks over there taking a bit of a break. This is a commonplace look that we see. As a matter of fact, this is not even half as many trucks as we normally see over there on I-40 at White Bridge Road in West Nashville. It's normally twice as many trucks than this, but keep in mind they use that wide shoulder for a bit of a break. No big problems as you get out there this morning. We're looking fine. Same can be said for I-24. This is down in the Rutherford County area near Laverne. Beautiful drive to get started. This will be a parking lot coming up in a couple of hours, so take advantage while you can. Happening now, a mid-state animal shelter is asking for your help. They say right now they're completely full. Now, the Murray County Animal Shelter says that they are bursting at the seams with dogs, especially that they have recently taken in. If you're interested in adopting one of these furry friends right here, you can visit the shelter on Maple Leash Avenue. That is down in Columbia. Now, they are open 7 days a week from noon until 5. No appointment needed. Just swing on by and see who you like. Adoptions are $25 for dogs. You can see all the animals that are up for adoptions on the shelter's website. We've got a link right now on our website, fox17.com. Well, the lineup for this year's Pilgrimage Festival has been released. we're going to tell you who you can expect to see down in Franklin for this year's Music Fest. And the cicadas are coming. We're going to tell you which broad we're expected to see, or brood.
With 27 competitors.
This is the biggest tournament of champions ever.
Weeknights at 5 on Fox 17.
.439 is the time. The search does continue this morning for a missing Columbia girl 20 years after she disappeared. Amber Elizabeth Cates was 16 years old when she vanished back in 2004. She would have turned 36 this year. She was last seen at her mother's house in Columbia on her way to spend spring break with a relative. Now, the Murray County Sheriff's Office is looking for any information regarding her disappearance. Anyone with information is asked to call area code 931-375-6601. Well, we now know the lineup for the 2024 Pilgrimage Festival. It's a music and cultural fest happening down there in Franklin. Now, the event celebrates its 10th anniversary this year. The performers for this year includes the Dave Matthews Band, along with Hosier Noah Klein and a lot more, Cannon, and a lot more. This year's festival will be taking over the park over at the Harlandale, at the park at Harlandale in Franklin, coming up on September the 28th and 29th. We've got a full list of the performers on our website. Just search Pilgrimage on fox17.com. All right, billions of cicadas. Billions? Really? Billions? Oh, they'll be buzzing around parts of the country very, very soon. And for the first time in more than 200 years, 2 different types of cicadas offsprings will be emerging. Now, the brood 19 cicadas are expected to spend 13 years, or they're expected to spring up after 13 years. The 17-year cicadas will be also emerging in 5 different Midwestern states. Now, people in states like, Georgia, Iowa, Kentucky, Illinois, and Oklahoma will be able to see both different types of cicadas when they start to emerge, coming up in mid-May until late June. Here in Tennessee, experts say we're likely to see just one type of cicada, thankfully. Let's get to Greg.
That's a very optimistically used thankfully there. Every year, I feel like we're seeing them come up somewhere. Taking a look here next, weather maker, not to be a major concern, but we have some rain moving in for tomorrow. So we'll take a look here at Future Track and, time out when this moves in. Really, today is fine. A little more cloud cover, though, than we had earlier in the week. Creeps in from the north here. This is 4 p.m. 4 o'clock through 10 o'clock, a few little specks of green on the radar. Most of us are dry through that time period, but if you get some rain, it won't last all that long. It's overnight into tomorrow. Everything continues to track in from south to north. There will be some decent rainfall that does come down on and off throughout tomorrow, but overall, the rainy period of the day tomorrow trends to be later now, and it's not going to be as aggressive or last as long as it looked even 24 hours ago.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a quick look here at what we're dealing with on I-40 at 46th Avenue. This is over on the west side. As you can see, traffic there moving along very nicely. No big problems in either direction there this morning. Glad to see. We'll be checking in on some other sides of town coming up here very soon. But right now, you cannot ask for a better drive getting out the door this morning. Well, the FBI says that crime rates are dropping across the United States. We're going to tell you what the Attorney General says is behind those falling numbers. And spring is here, which means many of us are looking forward to getting our gardens.
For some natural stone, how about Black Pearl Leather? Very popular, 15% off with this ad. Slide on down to Eurostone, come see these deals. 805 Northwest Broad Street. Come and see me, baby.
4:44 is the time, almost 4:45. According to a new report from the FBI, crime rates in the United States are dropping. Now, the new data is from approximately 13,000 law enforcement agencies that police more than 80% of the U.S. The FBI says that crime declined significantly in the fourth quarter of last year in almost every category, including murder, violent crime and property crime. The Attorney General of the United States, Merrick Garland, is crediting the Justice Department's violent crime reduction strategy that was launched in 2021. The FBI will release the final data on 2023 crime coming up in October. So we wanted to know, what do you think? Do you feel like your communities are safer? Well, 91% of the people who have responded so far say no, they don't. If you want to chime in for yourself, you can do so by scanning that QR code right there on your screen. You can also visit us over on our X page. You can find us at Fox Nashville. Well, spring is officially here, which means some of you are itching to get out there in your home gardens, and you're trying to get them up and running. Fox 17 Code Red meteorologist Brett Luna spoke with one local farmer about what crops you can safely plant right now, and others you may want to wait on a little bit before getting into the ground.
What started as just a very small roadside stand selling extra stuff out of the family garden has now turned into the 65-acre Lester Farms in Lebanon. This year, they're growing 7 acres of strawberries that'll be hand-picked each morning and sold each day. It's a beautiful sight seeing these bright red, fresh strawberries, especially with a nice sunset in the background, too.
And this time of year, strawberries is all the talk. That's kind of what kicks off Middle Tennessee's fresh fruit and vegetable season every year.
They've still got a few weeks or so, around April 15th, until they start harvesting these berries. And as for how long into the season they'll be able to pick for, well, it really just all depends on the weather. But in the meantime, they've recently had to deal with some freezing nights. The average frost-free date for Middle Tennessee is typically April 13th to April 20th. That's when historically we'll see our last frost. But strawberry plants begin blooming out much earlier than that. This year they started blooming around the 1st of March, so that leaves about 2 months that they have to be ready to frost protect. Before the temperatures dropped into the 20s earlier this week, they were covering all 7 acres of strawberries with 2 layers of the floating row covers to keep them safe. If you're growing a garden at your home and you're trying to catch the season a little early and already have some vegetable plants put out, Mitchell says floating row covers are a great thing to have on hand in case we have any more of these freezing cold nights. You might want to hold off on putting all your vegetable plants into the ground right now, though, if you don't have any way to protect them. But he says there definitely are some plants that are safe to plant right now.
Right now would be an appropriate time to begin planting your earlier season crops: kale, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, lettuces, any of your cold season crops.
He says anything like tomatoes, summer squash, sweet corn, watermelons, any of the more summer crops, you're going to want to wait until those frost-free dates. So that's going to be after April 13 to 20th or so if you're not prepared to frost protect them. Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
And watch out for the critters out there as well, as we just saw in that last one there. Greg Bobus is standing by with a look at your forecast. Is today a good day to get out there in the garden?
Yeah, if you're following all the protocol we just heard about, absolutely. Yeah. Nothing to worry about. Tomorrow, not so much, but weekend. I can see a lot of folks going out and starting to, get the process going, getting the seeds you need, getting some of the plants that we can be careful with right now. We're beautiful. Kicking off this morning here, no visibility problems. Temperatures are in the 40s. Right side of your screen, they're there all the way through the morning, even through 9 a.m. and especially during the commercial breaks, because we're getting moving all at different times here. School day forecast. First bell, 44 degrees. That's good. After school, a little more cloud cover than earlier in the day, but no rain. When the clouds increase, do not worry about a rain threat today. We'll be in the 60s. So after school practice, after school games that any of our students might have, no problems there. Leave the rain gear at home. Now, wash or wait. Well, our lights are all over the place here. Don't do it today. Don't do it tomorrow. We have rain moving in kind of in droves overnight tonight into tomorrow. Saturday, absolutely go for it. Get the car cleaned up, look good for the rest of the weekend. However, there will be some rain middle of next week, so it'll be a short-lived car wash. But hey, if even a couple of days makes you feel a little bit better, I would say go for it. Taking a look, what we're watching, the next rainmaker. We have 2 on the 7-day forecast, but our first one, that does move in overnight tonight into tomorrow. Scattered showers, no severe weather is expected. Honestly, no thunderstorms really even expected here Just a weak disturbance in the weather moves in. Temperatures hold steady. Now, they do cool a touch into our Saturday, but not to the point to where you're going to notice a big shift. What you will notice on Saturday is some wind that moves in. 67 degrees today, 67 tomorrow, 62 degrees on Saturday, goes to 69 on Sunday. And then we will have all eyes focused on late Monday and especially into Tuesday of next week. So getting out of the weekend, that's the next chance for some thunder and lightning in the forecast.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's get you out and about this time. Let's get started on the north side. This is going to be I-65 at the Fern Avenue overpass there. You can see for yourself traffic moving along very nicely, despite the fact we do have one disabled vehicle over there to the far right-hand side of the traffic. But other than that, we're doing very, very nicely as you get out and about on the road. This is a look at I-24 near Briley Parkway on the south and east side of town. Also looking really nice over there. We've got the very latest look at your drive times. We've got all that and more coming up on Fox 17 News this morning. Well, spring is here, and the CDC says more than a quarter of adults in the United States and nearly 1 in 5 children have seasonal allergies. Now, doctors say preparing now can help control them. Getting on a regimen of nasal sprays and antihistamines, and also keeping windows closed, especially in the early morning peak at pollen times. That is the best way to try to avoid big outbreaks of all that sneezing. They say trying to get rid of the allergies despite the dust and the dirt and particles in the air that covers the bedroom. That could be a big place where the allergies can begin.
HEPA air purifiers work well for mold and animal allergies, but those air purifiers don't purify everything.
Well, doctors also recommend changing your clothes when you get home and taking a shower so that that pollen doesn't come into the bed with you. The FAA is now investigating a hot air balloon accident. This happened in Minnesota. If you're away from your television, come take a look. You can see it right here. You can see that balloon going down. This is what a state traffic camera is showing us here, right next to a very busy road around 7 p.m. last night. That hot air balloon was carrying 3 people when it crashed into some power lines. You'll be able to see it spark here for a few seconds right there before it drops to the ground and catches fire. All 3 people on board that balloon somehow survived with just minor injuries somehow. First responders called it nothing short of an absolute miracle. Look at them as they were able to get there. I'm not sure we'll have enough time to watch it one more time, but you can see the balloon get there. We'll try to check it out a little bit later, but it's pretty wild. If you ever wanted to be an astronaut, here is your chance. We're going to break down the requirements to apply to NASA. And Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is shaking the ground. $4.55 is the time. There was no big winner for last night's Powerball jackpot, but it's not all bad news. Although there was no winning ticket for the grand prize, 27 lucky players won at least $50,000 each. Now the Powerball's jackpot for Saturday's drawing is now up to an estimated $750 million. If you are trying to buy a ticket, you may want to get on the Mega Millions as well. The jackpot there has grown big time. It is now $977 million.
Some numbers right there. I'm just saying. Taking a look here. Weather's not going to slow you down going up. Maybe if you are getting that one lucky ticket. As far as today goes, starting off with a similar start to yesterday. We're in the 40s, 67 degrees later on this afternoon. The only change you'll notice is a little more cloud cover this afternoon than what we had the previous couple of days. Sunset for us 7 p.m. Sunrise right around 7 a.m. No big problems. Your weekend outlook will go with 62. This is the cooler day. Now both days are dry. I want to stress that you can still make plans, but the cooler day of the two will be on your Saturday. 69 degrees on your Sunday. Rain free for both. Just a couple of clouds that will be out there on and off. And I will also tell you this, that not just Saturday being cooler, a little breezy as well. Rain moves in tomorrow, tracks out, brings a little wind. So Sunday is really the better day of the two when it comes to a calmer, warmer day. Let's connect. Facebook. You can go to twitter.com. You can go to Instagram. Just search any of our names. You'll find us right there. You can reach out. And if you see any good pictures this weekend from any of your first weekend of spring events, send them on in to us.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 4:57. Quick look outside. This is going to be I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard. This is out there in Cane Ridge, Antioch. You can't see it, but the Cane Ridge High School is right off screen over to the right side. Things are moving along really nicely out there so far this morning. Looks like we've got a little bit of a disabled vehicle there right on the ramp. You see those flashing lights there on the shoulder. Unsure exactly what that is, but not seeing big backups because of it there as you get on the roads. This is an area that will turn into a parking lot a little bit later, but right now we're doing really nicely. We'll check into some other areas of town, like near the airport, coming up in our 5 o'clock hour. Well, if you've ever wanted to be an astronaut, this could be your chance. NASA is now accepting applications for astronauts. However, there is a long list of requirements. Among them, you got to have a master's degree in a STEM field, which is science, technology, engineering, or math, from an accredited institution. In addition, applicants must also have a minimum of 3 years of related professional experience and the ability to successfully complete NASA's long-duration flight physical. Now, selected astronauts will be joining NASA's Artemis program, which is preparing to land the very first woman and the next man on the moon coming up here in a few years. Well, it is official. Taylor Swift concerts are seismic events. A research group measured the effect of 70,000 fans jumping and dancing at the Los Angeles show where Swift filmed her Eras Tour movie. The team calculated that the strongest tremor was an equivalent to a magnitude 2 earthquake. Now, they have set up their sensors after the report of a Taylor Swift concert in Seattle that caused the equivalent of a 2.3 magnitude earthquake. I'm sure some NFL teams are watching going, oh yeah, watch this. Coming up here, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Sheryl Crow is celebrating the release of her 11th studio album with a concert this weekend down in Franklin at the Franklin Theater. Now, Crow has 2 shows planned on the 23rd, and that's at 7 o'clock and at 8 o'clock. So you can find a link happening on our website, on our Facebook page, actually. Fox Nashville is where you can find it. All right. Almost 2/3 of 4th graders in the United States struggle to read at grade level. That's why Fox 17 and our parent company, Sinclair Broadcast, are partnering up with Reading is Fundamental to support children's literacy. You can scan the QR code right there at the bottom of the screen to donate to our virtual book drive.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
If it's going on, we're going to be there.
It is a new day in the search for Riley Strain, a coalition of out-of-state volunteers pitching in as his family is pushing for updates.
Plus, new information this morning about the Covenant School shooter's writings, why they could soon be made public.
And waking up to warm temperatures, a little more cloud cover today. I've changed timing and how much rain we see leading into the weekend. I have those changes in your Code Red forecast.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be your live local news source through 9 a.m. Kicking off your Thursday morning here. We've got the top few headlines you'll want to know about before you walk out the door.
Let's talk about politics. President Biden is wrapping up his Western tour. He did so yesterday. He's leaving Dallas, though, this morning for Houston, where he's going to campaign, holding a reception early this afternoon. He is expected, though, back at the White House by this evening. Biden has been busy traveling since Tuesday with stops in Nevada, Arizona, and Texas.
And New York State lawyers say they don't buy the claims that former President Donald Trump cannot post his bond. They are urging an appellate court right now to reject Mr. Trump's request to hold off on collecting until an appeal is heard. The deadline to post is next week.
And Reddit is entering a new era as a publicly traded company today. The social media platform's initial public offering is going to be set at $34 per share. That puts the company's valuation at around $6.4 billion.
Wow.
The stock will debut on the New York Stock Exchange with a ticker symbol RDDT.
5:02 your time, taking a look. Three big things taking us into the weekend. They've shifted a little bit here, even since yesterday morning. So here's the heads up. Clouds will increase today. Do not worry about those clouds. They do not bring in any rain at any point until well after sunset for us. Keep that in mind. There will be some showers, though, after sunset into tonight, but the daylight hours looking good. No storms possible with our upcoming weather maker that will bring in some rain primarily for tomorrow. We'll get it out of here in time for Saturday and Sunday. And we'll have a little bump in temperature that we'll look at, but tracking that rain for Friday keeps us in the all clear when it comes to any potential code red weather. Right now we're waking up at 44 degrees, and you can see Lower Broadway doing their thing they do every morning, getting the construction crews out there, getting the beer trucks moving. Nothing to worry about here to start off your day. Let's get right to it. 67 degrees later on this afternoon, 67 tomorrow. We're going to track the new timeline and also a decrease in how much rain we expect to see for your Friday. That's coming your way on the next check of your code red forecast, and then we'll talk about why temperatures have changed a little bit for your weekend.
Greg, thank you so much. 5:03 is the time. Do want to check in with a disabled vehicle. You can see the car lights flashing over there on the right shoulder. This is going to be a live look. I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard. That's the only issue that we're seeing right now. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Again, I-24 Old Hickory Boulevard. That car pulled over on the shoulder with the flashing lights.
5:03 is your time, and we have a breaking news update right now. The nonstop search for Riley Strain will continue today. As we get you caught up on what happened yesterday, we do know, and you can see through our video here, that crews searched the waterways in Cheatham County for the missing University of Missouri student. This is in Ashland City, the area right around the Cheatham Dam.
Strain's father says after days of somewhat frustrating search efforts with Metro Police, he's now glad more help is here.
It's a whole lot more resources than what we've had so far. Of course, I wish that this could have happened a week ago. It takes time to get this stuff in place. These people have been so good to come out and help us. We're tired. We're real tired, so some fresh people coming in has really helped.
Oh man, now aside from the searches that we saw yesterday on the water, the United Cajun Navy is also helping coordinate some crews around the riverbank in Nashville, which is very steep and hard to access. It's worth noting that United Cajun Navy, in case you had never heard of them before, is not an official or even unofficial branch of the military. They are simply a nonprofit volunteer group that goes into situations to just try to help people.
Yeah, and at this point, detectives tell us they're continuing to filter through all the tips and the leads that they get, and there's so many. We're going to have live reports on the search for Riley Strain starting at 7 o'clock this morning with more of our investigative reporters sharing their updates.
Yeah, once that sun comes up, we'll be out there with them. Also, new details this morning now in a federal lawsuit against the FBI to release the Covenant shooter's writings publicly.
This comes nearly a year after the Tennessee Star sued the Bureau. And now a federal judge is ordering the FBI to turn over the shooter's writings to the court. Now that judge will review them and then determine if they should be released.
All right, so the Tennessee Star had previously sued Metro Nashville government as well for not releasing the manifesto before taking it to the federal level.
What do you think that difference is between suing Metro versus, FBI?
At first, I thought we would be more likely to obtain the documents in state proceedings. But there are a number of parties who do not want those documents revealed and have taken the legal actions to impede its release. And again, I think that is contrary to the public interest.
All right, so that's a representative from the Tennessee Star. The FBI tells Fox 17 News they don't have a comment right now. Next week, by the way, marks 1 year since the tragedy at the Covenant School, where Audrey Hale went in and killed 3 staffers and 3 students.
Coming up, the Maury County Sheriff's Office says a confirmed gang member is behind bars, but you got to look at this video. Them swarming in on his home. Wow, we're going to tell you how this drug raid landed him in jail.
Code Red Weather App.
Good morning. Welcome into Fox 17 News this morning. Time right now, 5:08. Watch the video here on the top left of your screen. We're going to detail what Murray County deputies went through trying to find a suspected gang member with a long criminal record. They get him. He's now behind bars.
Wow. So they say right here is what you're watching. James Rucker walked into his home last week, but yeah, he didn't really get too far. Minutes later, deputies, watch this, from Murray and Williamson counties and TBI agents, they pulled up and they surrounded his home and went in.
Watch the white circle, because that's the guy taking a run for it out of the house. That is James Rucker running out the back as soon as he realized everybody was coming in. Jamie Rucker was said to have large amounts of cocaine, meth, ecstasy, pot, more than $47,000 cash, and that White House right there. He is now facing a long list of charges. I was telling Erica as we were watching the video earlier this morning, that's a curious angle. You know, I wonder if they had a camera mounted on top of one of their units, like up on a big mast, to give that kind of a view, or if that's from a neighbor's, you know, house camera or something. But really interesting to watch it go down in that way.
Well, the once home to Lee Beeman's auto dealership on Broadway is getting a new look that's going to feature condos, businesses, and a whole lot more.
Yet again, we're going to watch the changing face of Nashville. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live to tell us the details and what this could be bringing to Music City.
Good morning. Just think of the possibilities with the development this big right here on Broadway, a busy part of Nashville. Behind me, you can see that their construction is ongoing. And for perspective, the development is between Broadway and McGavick Street. GBT Realty president and CEO said previously in a release that it'll be a monumental development because it will connect downtown to Midtown that will enhance the urban feel of Nashville. These are the latest renderings we've obtained. The empty lot you just saw will look like this. It's a bird's-eye view featuring a main street that will go towards a pavilion. The approximate location is by I-40 and I-65. Phase 1 includes a podium, a garage, and towers. GBT Realty and Monarch Alternative Capital are responsible for transforming the former Beeman Automotive dealership into the multi-tower mixed-use development called Bud City. You might eventually see condos, retail stores, and office spaces. A statement by J.T. Martin, Senior Vice President at CBRE, says in part, quote, a Class A office space will be a component of what will be a dynamic and world-class mixed-use district. CBRE is having preliminary conversations with potential office users. He says these plans are preliminary and not yet finalized. Reporting live in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you so much. I can't imagine the traffic, though. Okay, it's already busy over there.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
No, you're not. I mean, that's just Nashville in general right now. And people move in, they don't know where they're going, the whole 9 yards. Taking a look here. What we're watching here that I'm going to really hone in on in about 8 minutes from right now is today into tomorrow, showers move in. Do not worry about severe weather. Do not worry about thunderstorms. And do not grab the umbrella today. This really will be late going into tonight and then tomorrow where some showers do move in. And we might get about a ½ inch of rain out of this, which is very good rain for our upcoming growing and planting season. We'll look at future track. We'll get you into the weekend and talk about a few little fluctuations in temperature coming up in the next check of your forecast.
Greg, thank you. Steer clear traffic time right now. Really looking good across the midstate. We only had one car that was broke down on the side of the road down in Antioch, but really not causing a big problem. And as we take a live look over by the airport, same story, looking good. Not a big traffic backup, not a whole lot of volume just yet to kick off your Thursday morning. We'll check back in about 5 minutes.
Just ahead, though, protecting musicians right here in Middle Tennessee. We're breaking down the bill being signed by the governor later today.
And the U.S. government.
Slip-in pants. Just slip in and experience Skechers' innovative comfort technology fabric. Skechers slip-in pants.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Zander Insurance.
Well, happening today, Tennessee is becoming the first state in the nation to pass a law protecting musicians from the impacts of artificial intelligence. We've talked about this in the past.
We have, and it is a big concern for musicians. Governor Bill Lee is signing the Elvis bill into law today with the hopes of Tennessee setting the stage for the rest of the country to follow. The Elvis Act ensures likeness, voice, and image security. Name, image, and likeness already protected in Tennessee, but state leaders added the voice portion of this law in order to protect creators from artificial intelligence.
States across the country that already have what we call a right of publicity law, similar to Tennessee, but it's not clear if those laws apply to digital replicas and AI. Not every state includes voice, which is why this bill in Tennessee is so important.
The Elvis Act will be signed into law at noon at Robert's Western World on Broadway today. It goes into effect July 1st. I do expect we'll have a crew out there as the governor signs this into law.
Well, despite strong bipartisan agreement, the U.S. could still see a partial government shutdown this weekend.
Now, supporters do have enough votes likely to pass this deal. Fox News reporter Amy Kiley reports, though, why it's in question.
Where there's a will.
We've been very, very consistent, very adamant that we had to get our government funded. We had to get the appropriations process done.
There's not always a way. Parts of the federal government could briefly shut down this weekend, despite a bipartisan budget deal. The issue is time and whether it can overcome hurdles by the end of tomorrow.
Even with bipartisanship, it's going to be a tight squeeze to get this funding package passed.
The deal appears to have enough support to pass eventually. It funds parts of the government an earlier package didn't cover.
There's absolutely no reason for a pointless and costly shutdown.
But legislating requires a series of steps. With everyone in agreement, they go quickly. But how often is Congress in total agreement?
You think you guys should shut it down?
I do.
Lawmakers who oppose the deal have ways to slow down the process. Some say they at least want more time to read the legislation.
You don't even know what's in there and what's not in there.
In the House, expediting with a suspension of the rules requires a supermajority. In the Senate, a speedy unanimous consent vote fails if a single person objects.
It isn't really about the process of whether it's Friday or Saturday or Sunday. It's whether or not someone stands up and says the emperor has no clothes, the country has no money.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Amy, thank you. Hey, take a look at this. A faraway star is expected to be visible to the naked eye in the near future, though. The star system, 3,000 light years from Earth, is too dim to see right now, but when the outburst happens, it will be about as bright, they say, as the North Star.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called the Nova Outburst. It's expected anytime now until September, so we got some time to wait here. It's going to last for several days before it ultimately dims. Outbursts like this happen roughly once every 80 years. So I got to ask Greg, did you know this, Greg? You're a science buff.
Yes, and I'll give you, in just like 2 sentences, I'll explain it. There are 2 stars that are fighting.
Okay.
The real big red giant
that's
fighting for energy in space,
Okay.
literally in space.
All right.
Big old red giant, it's kind of a dying star, and a star that's almost kind of already
Is
dead.
it going to eat it?
Well, they're trying to fight each other, so they go boom.
Ooh,
About
wow.
every 87 years, and then you get a real bright flash. Now, 3,000 light years away means that the light you're going to see, it actually happened 3,000 years ago.
What?
There you go.
Blowing my mind. It's early for that.
Hey,
you know what, though? I'm gonna
518, we're
call
throwing novas at you.
I'm going to call my friend photographer, Rick Murray.
Oh my
who
gosh,
takes a lot of great photos.
Fantastic photos.
He just got a brand new telescopic camera. I'm going to see if he'll take some pictures.
Oh, please do.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Even if just for my own personal pleasure, just to see them.
Yeah.
Taking a look here. Nothing really impressive about this. We got some bars on the screen, but this tells you how much rain we could possibly have. Friday, decent. I always say the bigger the bar, the better the rain chance. Nothing on Saturday, Sunday. Weekend is primo. Now we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And rain really is most prominent on Tuesday. It'll trickle in on Monday, gets out of here on Wednesday. But Tuesday is our next chance for some thunderstorms. No storms today, just some cloud cover. But sometimes clouds moving in after a couple sunny days. You might go, is it going to rain today? My dad always does that. Oh, clouds are coming in. No rain today. After sunset, there will be some showers that do track in, and they will move in going into the overnight. Very hit and miss through 10 p.m., and then a few more of those linger into 7 o'clock. This is the big change. Yesterday morning, the morning before that, it seemed as though tomorrow morning would have us with an active radar scenario across the board. Now we're very much so 1 or 2 decent showers on the radar that we're tracking for you as you wake up on your Friday. Now, the afternoon, still in this hit and miss scenario. Most of our heavier rain is going to stay down to our south, so we get those little bands that push off to the north, and that'll be the case for us here back home. Let's talk temperature. Let's talk 7-day. 67 degrees today and tomorrow 62. That's the one temperature change I've got for the weekend. I have dropped it a little bit for Saturday. Though maybe you're a morning runner and you like the cooler air, Saturday morning is my pick for you right there, and then back up near 70 on Sunday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-40 here on Spence Lane. This is just east of downtown. You can see their traffic moving along very nicely for both directions there as you make the drive in from the east side. All these folks coming in from places like Donaldson, Hermitage, Mount Juliet, making that drive in. We're doing great. This area will slow down a little bit later in the morning, but right now you could not ask for better. Here's a beautiful look here at I-40 in downtown Nashville along Broadway, where the view continues to change more and more every single day. Right now, though, we're doing just fine. No pedestrians even out there and about. We're doing good in both directions here.
Justin, thank you. 5:21 is the time. The EPA finalizing tougher new vehicle emission standards, which are expected to speed up the adoption of electric vehicles.
All right, so let's take a look here. These are new rules that don't technically ban new gas cars, but California eventually will, and there are a lot of folks who are concerned that this is going to be a trickle-down effect. Stricter regulations year after year. The government basically is trying to force automakers to make more EVs, and they claim they're doing that to try to lower emissions. But there is all kinds of, politics and money involved here. And if companies don't get in compliance, they could be forced to reduce the number of gas-powered vehicles that are sold. And this idea, just in general, has a lot of people really worked up on social media. It's a story we'll be following closely to find out how it could impact us.
For sure. Hey, coming up, parents, teachers, students. There is a new proposal that could take away phones from students. We're going to tell you why some lawmakers say that's a bad idea.
.24 is the time, and new this morning, Tennessee lawmakers are looking at a proposal that would ban cell phone use in classrooms across the state. They say that phones are needed, some say anyway, phones would be needed in the classroom by students for emergency use. What about those teachers with bad behavior? Some of those moments that we've seen gone viral, they wouldn't happen without cell phones. However, other people are saying that cell phones are way too much of a distraction to use in the classroom, and they're also very concerned about what it's doing to the learning environment.
A policy that's applicable across the state for learning is something that we in the General Assembly not only have the right, but we have the duty to address. Those local school districts that are whining about us interfering, I would ask they want us to not interfere with giving them money. At the state legislature, the second largest item in our budget is education. Therefore, that gives us not only the authority, but the responsibility to ensure that the learning environment is set in the proper way.
And I totally disagree with my colleague to my left over here that discounted the safety portion of this. I think it plays a great role in safety of our students across this state when it comes to cell phones and notifications, because seconds matter in the event there's an active shooter.
Now, this bill did not pass out of committee and will not be moving forward.
526, looking at your forecast, get you toward the weekend. I do have a change here for you. This is one to stress here because a little bit cooler and a little bit breezier for Saturday. Our rain moves out on Friday a little bit later than it seemed it would even just 24 hours ago. So we're dropping the temperature for the afternoon on Saturday down to 62 degrees, but we're still right up near 70 on Sunday. I mean, that's a real good looking first spring weekend of the year. Taking a look, breezy and partly cloudy both of those days, the windier day being Saturday. Rain free, don't worry about a drop coming down, and a super looking Sunday for us. How do you track the rain that moves in tomorrow? We've been talking about, you get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app, scan that QR code, go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and you can get the radar even if you're not here back home. You can have your local radar anywhere in the country, no matter where you're at.
Steer clear traffic this morning takes us over to I-24. This is at Hickory Hollow Parkway out there in the Antioch area. Moving along really nicely out there. No big problems in either direction. We are accident free out there on the interstate, and that leaves us to drive times like this. Hendersonville at 26 minutes, Murfreesboro so holding steady at 49 minutes. Watch this time jump up over the course of the next hour. 25 minutes here at Kingston Springs, though. These are your traffic times right now as you get out the door. A mid-state equipment operator rescued after more than half a day trapped under debris. We've got a closer look at that rescue.
Ever.
Weeknights at 5 on Fox 17. This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Electronic Express. We make it happen. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Now on Fox 17 News this Thursday morning, a mid-state teacher suspended. What the Rutherford County School District has to say about this.
And we go to Murray County. A mid-state animal shelter says they are bursting at the seams with dogs. We'll tell you how you can help and some of those sweet faces that are up for adoption.
And taking a look at a very nice forecast. Up near 70 degrees this afternoon. I've changed the timing of some rain that moves in on Friday. That latest update coming up in your forecast.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be here for you through 9 a.m. Getting to our top story this 5:30 half hour, a Rutherford County teacher now suspended after the Board of Education says she engaged in forcible physical contact with 2 students.
The Rutherford County School Board of Education says that this woman, Emily Romney, was seen on camera from the Stewartsboro Elementary School cafeteria grabbing and pulling a student's arm, pushing a student, and then other physical acts. It took place, they say, over an 8-minute period. That's how long the video footage lasts. The board voted last night to go ahead and suspend this teacher for 15 days. She was on unpaid suspension, though, prior to that vote.
And now to a wild story right here in the mid-state. We've got a man who is safe this morning after being rescued from a collapsed piece of equipment in Murray County. He was working down in a pit. We understand that the Murray County Fire Department got the call to what they thought was a landslide on Keg Springs Road Tuesday night. They get out there, they work into Wednesday, realizing that equipment operator was buried in debris down in that pit and had been trapped for 12 hours. Crazy rescue here. Look at all the people.
Wow.
Agencies worked to dig the man out, we're told. Finally lifted out and flown to the hospital where, as of this morning, he is still recovering.
There is a new Midtown development that is breathing, some say, new life into once was Lee Beeman's auto dealership, a very popular dealership over on Broadway.
Listen, it's just been a landmark just on the other side of the bridge from downtown. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live right there this morning to tell us about the newest details on the plans for this piece of land.
Good morning. The new development will likely bring more revenue to the city, and it is expected to have retail stores, condos, and more. But take a look at how massive this development is behind me here on Broadway between Gavick Street, stretching from 14th Avenue South to 16th Avenue South. An extremely busy area. GBT Realty and Monarch Alternative Capital are moving closer to transforming the former Beeman Automotive dealership into a multi-tower mixed-use development called Mid-City. From documents we obtained on their plans. Take a look at the renderings. The empty lot you just saw will look like this. It's a bird's-eye view featuring a main street that will go towards a pavilion. The approximate location is by I-40 and I-65. Phase 1 includes a podium, a garage, and towers. A statement by J.T. Martin, Senior Vice President at CBRE, says in part, quote, "Should be noted that any density figures included in these filings are preliminary and may not be reflected of final plans." We're all very excited for the transformative potential of this site, and the project team is working diligently to deliver a vision that perfectly reflects the needs of Nashville. The project is scheduled next month on the Metro Planning Commission agenda. When we have those updates on the plans, we will bring them to you. Reporting live in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
5:33, quick look here at your weather story and the big 3 bullet points that will carry us through the next about 15 minutes or so. Another great day. Get up, get moving. Weather's not going to slow you down getting out the door. Rain does take over tomorrow. It'll be a little bit of a hiccup getting us into the weekend, and the weekend preview does actually cool us down just a touch on Saturday. Right now, a nice 44-degree start. We've had a clear night overnight. We have clouds that'll pick up a little bit toward the afternoon. Don't worry about any rain today. Cloud cover can occasionally make you think, what's coming in? It's not going to be here until after sunset. 42 right now in Murfreesboro, 46 in Tullahoma and Lewisburg, 43 in Columbia, and 44 in Dickson. Temperatures are relatively close to where they were yesterday. And, our later sunsets. We had the whole time change about a week and a half ago. Now we're talking about a sunset of 7 p.m. When is the last time we had a sunset at 7 p.m. or later? September 11th of last year. So that daylight keeps increasing.
Steer clear traffic out there for you. Let's get to the very latest happening. Something we just picked up at I-840 at I-65. This is down in Williamson County. You can see it for yourself on the screen. The flashing blue lights there on the corner of the road, causing small delays right over there. It's actually clearing the way for some work that's happening further down. Looks like this may be in the clearing stages, actually, because the construction that was happening right here seems to have moved on. So that's certainly good news. So just heads up, if you're down here at the junction, 840 and I-65 down in Williamson County, Peytonville Road in that area, could see some small delays while crews continue their work there. Other than that, we are good to go across most of the mid-state. We'll be watching the drive, especially in from Rutherford County, coming up a little bit later.
Justin, thank you. Happening now, there is a mid-state animal shelter asking for your help, and they say they're completely full.
We go to Murray County here, where Animal Services tells us they are busting at the seams with all these sweet dogs they have taken in recently. If you are interested in adopting one, and don't they look happy? Look at the little tongue sticking out there. They're on Maple Leash Avenue in Columbia, open 7 days a week from noon to 5. You do not have to have an appointment. The adoption fees for dogs are just $25. You can see all of the animals up for adoption right now on the shelter's website, and we have a link for it over at fox17.com.
If we had more room, we'd take them in.
I say that all the time. I'd get in trouble if I brought more dogs home.
The lineup for this year's Pilgrimage Festival has been released. We're going to tell you who to...
Watch Fox 17 News at 9. Alerts, empowers, protects.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Eurostone.
All right, let's talk about some music. We now know the lineup for the 2024 Pilgrimage Music and Cultural Festival. If you're new to this area, it's over in Franklin and very popular.
Yeah, it's a music festival lover's dream. The event celebrates the 10th anniversary this year. Performers include the Dave Matthews Band, Hozier, and so many others. This year's festival taking part at the Harlansdale farm in Franklin. Beautiful location, by the way. It's happening September 28th and 29th. We have a full list of all the performers on our website. Just search Pilgrimage at fox17.com.
I love Dave Matthews Band. All right, billions of cicadas are going to soon be buzzing around parts of the country. For the first time in more than 200 years, two separate kinds of cicada offspring are going to emerge. Now you take it because, I get this word wrong.
Okay, brood. So we have brood 19 cicadas set to emerge in the spring after 13 years of basically hibernating. The 17-year brood 13 cicada will also emerge in 5 different Midwestern states. So we've got the 2 different broods here in Tennessee. We're likely to see brood 19. Now, if we were to get into the technicalities and the scientific difference between the broods, it might not make much of a difference. Just know they're going to be loud, and you'll see the little shells everywhere.
What's a singular version of a brood? I don't know. Just talking.
What? Greg?
I don't know. Usually I can add a little tidbit, but I have no idea what the singular of brood is. Is it brood?
A brood is a group. So I guess technically brood is singular.
So then would it be broods?
Broods would be plural.
Sorry to start the conversation.
Taking a look. A little bit rainy tomorrow. Today is great, up near 70 degrees. Couple clouds creep in. Here's Future Track taking us into the rest of this week, getting us toward the weekend, and we'll get you toward 4 p.m. A couple of showers begin to pop up in northern Alabama. Those will lift toward middle Tennessee throughout the overnight. And when I say a couple showers, I mean just a couple. Really little showers that will be here overnight, and then tomorrow morning, hit and miss activity. Most of us are dry the majority of this time. It's the afternoon toward the evening of your Friday when some showers get a little more persistent. About a ½ inch of rain possible. This moves out of here in time for Saturday. We'll talk about that weekend and look ahead to next week and some possible storms coming up in the next check of your forecast.
Steer clear traffic out there. Let's get you out to I-840 and I-65. This is down in Williamson County. Traffic down there moving along despite the fact we are dealing with a bit of what I think is construction that's happening. Now, police are on the scene along with some of those orange flashing lights, which is an indication of them doing some construction work. And if that's the case, that should clear up here before too terribly long. We'll also get a much better idea once the sun comes up of exactly what they're doing out here. But that is the story down there from Williamson County. Small delays to be certain as you make that drive in. Here's the north side, 65 at 24. Coming in here, things starting to get busy. Okay? Don't say we didn't warn you. We'll give you the latest detours when they become necessary.
Justin, thank you. 5:42 is your time right now. Still to come on Fox 17 News this morning. Are crime rates dropping where you live? The FBI says they are, dropping across the U.S. We'll tell you what the Attorney General claims is behind the numbers, and we're hearing from you and your personal experience right here in the Mid-State.
Also, on our full line of F-150s, plus 1.9% financing for 72 months available. Some scratched, some didn't, some not, but all with big savings. Town and Country Ford in Madison.
Good morning and welcome back into Fox 17 News this morning. Time right now is 5:45. According to a new report from the FBI, crime rates in the U.S. are dropping. Their data is from about 13,000 law enforcement agencies that police about 80% of the U.S. The FBI claims crime declined significantly in the fourth quarter of last year in almost every category, including murder, violent crime, and property crime. Attorney General Merrick Garland crediting the Justice Department's violent crime reduction strategy that they launched in 2021. Now, what the FBI reports and how you feel are two totally different things, and we can see that in a couple of different ways. First of all, we asked this question over on our Fox Nashville Twitter account. You know, we said the new FBI stats show that crime is down, but do you feel like your communities are safer? Look at the response here. 91.9% of you say no. And we have a lot of comments from you explaining why you don't feel like your communities are safer. Coming up in our 7 and 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be reading comments directly from my Fox Facebook page. So many of you sounding off, explaining, how things are going in your communities. So stick around as we work through some of those. Erica?
Well, spring is officially here, which means some of you are just itching, I know I am, to get in your gardens, try to get up and running again. Our Fox 17 Code Red meteorologist Brett Luna is speaking with one local farmer about what crops you can safely plant right now and the others that, you might want to just hold off on.
What started as just a very small roadside stand selling extra stuff out of the family garden has now turned into the 65-acre Lester Farms in Lebanon. This year they're growing 7 acres of strawberries that'll be hand-picked each morning and sold each day. It's a beautiful sight seeing these bright red, fresh strawberries, especially with a nice sunset in the background too.
And this time of year, strawberries is all the talk. That's kind of what kicks off Middle Tennessee's fresh fruit and vegetable season every year.
They've still got a few weeks or so, around April 15th, until they start harvesting these berries. And as for how long into the season they'll be able to pick for, well, it really just all depends on the weather. But in the meantime, they've recently had to deal with some freezing nights. The average frost-free date for Middle Tennessee is typically April 13th to April 20th. That's when historically we'll see our last frost. But strawberry plants begin blooming out much earlier than that. This year they started blooming around the 1st of March, so that leaves about 2 months that they have to be ready to frost protect. Before the temperatures dropped into the 20s earlier this week, they were covering all 7 acres of strawberries with 2 layers of the floating row covers to keep them safe. If you're growing a garden at your home and you're trying to catch the season a little early and already have some vegetable plants put out, Mitchell says floating row covers are a great thing to have on hand in case we have any more of these freezing cold nights. You might want to hold off on putting all of your vegetable plants into the ground right now, though, if you don't have any way to protect them. But he says there definitely are some plants that are safe to plant right now.
Right now would be an appropriate time to begin planting your earlier season crops: kale, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, lettuces, any of your cold season crops.
He says anything like tomatoes, summer squash, sweet corn, watermelons, any of the more summer crops, you're going to want to wait until those frost-free dates. So that's going to be after April 13 to 20th or so if you're not prepared to frost protect them. Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
That video was super cute with the squirrel trying to get a strawberry.
Here's Greg with the forecast.
So why not go right for it? Maybe you're going to listen to Brett's tips right there. You're going to be gardening a little bit later on today. It's a good day for it. No rain out there. 9 a.m., 43 degrees. 12 o'clock will be at 58, 65 degrees at 3 p.m. So as long as you're following what we should not be putting in the ground right now, you should be good to go. For today is one of those days, and honestly, it'll help you because some rain tomorrow will help kind of soak the soil just a little bit more for you. As far as our cameras look this morning, nothing's happening. We have no visibility problems, no problems when it comes to anything with rain today. What to wear, kind of go with the same attire as yesterday. You can go with the spring, summer attire when it comes to short sleeves and a nice summer dress. You can get the summer hat going on here today, too. You will see some clouds. Umbrella, you're holstering it for today. Leave it at home. That also includes getting the kids to the bus stops this morning. First bell, 44 degrees, 66 degrees as the kids are getting home from school later on this afternoon. Temperatures continue to stay in the 60s all the way into and out of the weekend. The only cool day for the weekend is going to be on Saturday, a little cool and breezy with a temperature of 62. Your latest timeline, which we'll update going into 6 o'clock, on Future Track will be for our rain tomorrow, and we'll get that to you as soon as we go into our 6 o'clock half hour. Justin?
Steer clear traffic at 5:50 as you make your way out and about. Here is that scene down there in Williamson County, I-840 at I-65. Police on the scene there. We have seen other trucks and crews in this area. Pretty sure this is a construction scene that is taking place here. Haven't seen indications to the otherwise. Again, though, this is 840 at I-65 down in Williamson County. If you're making their way in, please just heads up. Could be some small delays. North side here, 65-24, looking pretty good there. Here is the drive on I-24 Harding Place, looking pretty nice there in from Antioch. All these times will go up. More and more traffic will start to hit the road. We'll continue to watch it for you.
Thank you, Justin.
The Tennessee Vols kicking off their NCAA tournament tonight, and they're going to need one person in particular.
Mr. Connect, the Vols' fifth-year guard, Dalton Connect, named the SEC Player of the Year just last week, and yesterday named a finalist for the Lute Olson National Player of the Year Award. That is huge, all right? Mr. Connect averaging more than 21 points a game. He's shooting 46.5% overall. The Vols are going to need those numbers tonight when they face St. Peter's to open up the tournament. As we mentioned, St. Peter's is based out of Jersey. Tennessee coming off kind of an ugly loss to Mississippi State in the opening round of the SEC tournament here in Nashville.
Well, they had the time to go ahead and rest up then.
Yeah.
Connect says they weren't the aggressor in that game, and that is not going to happen again. That's what he said.
Not on my watch.
We just weren't there. We need to be, we're going to be more competitive, especially we know it's win or go home, and this could be our last game, and we definitely don't want that to happen, so we're going to come out ready to fight and be the aggressors.
All right. Vols tip off 8:20. It's going to be again against St. Peter's. And, of course, we'll have the highlights tomorrow morning.
All right, just a few minutes before 6 o'clock now, the Dirty Dozen list is out. This is the list that one environmental group claims has the highest level of contaminants with regards to pesticides on our foods. We're going to give you the rundown. And
for 72 months on these 6 new Nissans with 200 in stock to choose from. At Hayes Nissan of Rivergate in Madison, again, get 0% financing for 72 months on new Nissans here.
Welcome back. Let's talk about produce. An environmental group is now warning consumers who eat what they describe as dirty fruits and vegetables.
All right, so the Environmental Working Group has an annual guide that they put out that takes a look at the level of pesticides in our produce. And they have this dirty dozen, as they call it, the worst offenders, if you will. They say that, for example, about 95% of strawberries that are not organic contain pesticides when you buy them at the store, along with leafy greens, so think lettuce, kale, that kind of stuff, grapes, peaches, and pears, nectarines, apples, peppers, cherries, blueberries, green beans, also on that so-called dirty dozen list, having the highest level of pesticides on the produce itself. Now, avocado, sweet corn, pineapples top the clean list. You could imagine why, right? Pineapples have a very thick outer coating. So when you finally cut off the outside of a pineapple and eat the fruit itself, it's probably more protected from chemicals.
Interesting.
Yeah. Same with an avocado, right? It's got that outer casing. So if you think, whatever you eat produce-wise that has a thick outer layer tends to have lower levels of pesticides.
Well, let's check in now with our Code Red meteorologist.
Just wash it real good. Give it a rinse. Water and baking soda will do the trick, by the way.
We're learning a lot of stuff here at the 5 o'clock hour. I'm just saying, from Nova blasts of sun, all kinds of stuff to, just pesticides. And now I'm just going to bring it back down to earth and down to ground level here. 67 degrees. Nothing happening later on today. A couple of clouds that'll build. Sunset for us, 7 p.m. Taking a look. Your weekend outlook puts us at 62 on Saturday. 69 degrees on Sunday. That's the warmer day. It's also the less breezy day. A little bit of a breeze, especially early on your Saturday. And no rain for either one of those days. Coming up in your forecast when we go into our 6 o'clock half hour. We'll have a brand new look at Future Track when it comes to timing and also intensity of rainfall that will move in tomorrow. We're tracking some rain. The latest outlook coming your way in just a few minutes.
Steer clear traffic out there for you, everybody. We just picked up something brand new. This one is north side, I-65 at Long Hollow Pike. This is in the Goodlettsville area. This crash just happened less than 10 minutes ago, according to the information we have. A couple of cars there collided on that drive as you make that drive in down towards exit 97. So if you're coming in from Millersville, Portland, White House, all of you, we're talking to you. This is going to cause a big backup. Not right now. They can get rid of it quickly. It won't cause that big of a deal. But this particular lane being shut down for a long period of time will cause headaches that will run back from here all the way to the Kentucky state line. Hopefully it won't get that bad. Highway 31 is the best way to steer clear.
In the mood for some spring shopping or perhaps a closet revamp, spring cleaning? I want to let you know Amazon is holding their first ever big spring sale. It's happening later this month. Think about Prime Day. It's kind of like that, but then focusing more on seasonal items to get cleaning up.
All right, so everything from, fitness stuff to fashion to, like you said, cleaning supplies. Some of the deals, according to Amazon, are going to be up to half off. It's a 6-day long event. It starts next Wednesday. Even right now, Amazon has some early deals that are marked down. So do with that what you will. Also, don't go into debt.
Buying items.
Just to buy stuff because it's a sale.
We're also talking about this initiative, Sinclair Cares. We know that nearly 2/3 of fourth graders in the U.S. struggle to read at grade level, which is why we're teaming up with our parent company, Sinclair Broadcasting, and partnering with Reading is Fundamental. It's all part of our ongoing effort to support children's literacy. Do us a favor and scan the QR code right there in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. That way you can donate to our virtual book drive.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
If it's going on, we're going to be there.
Well, we have out-of-state volunteers who are doing everything they can to find Riley Strain, even if law enforcement isn't involved. We'll tell you the updates we know new this Thursday morning.
There's also new information this morning about the Covenant school shooter's writings, why they could soon be made public.
Coming up in a few minutes, we'll take a closer look at a new development that is set to break ground right here in the Music City.
Very good Thursday morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover. This Thursday morning, we're going to get started by talking about the ongoing search efforts nonstop for 22-year-old Riley Strain. We're now getting some more updates after yesterday, where crews were searching the waterways in Cheatham County for the missing University of Missouri student.
Yeah, and not just Cheatham County. You were seeing video there as well from Nashville along the Cumberland River. So as it pertains, though, to Cheatham County, these crews were in Ashland City over near the dam. Riley Strain's father says after days of somewhat frustrating search with Metro Police, he's glad more help is here.
It's a whole lot more resources than what we've had so far. Of course, I wish that this could have happened a week ago, It takes time to get this stuff in place. These people have been so good to come out and help us. We're tired. We're real tired, so some fresh people coming in has really helped.
Well, aside from the searches on the water, the United Cajun Navy is also helping coordinate land search crews for the riverbank, which is very difficult to go ahead and access.
All right, so at this point, detectives tell us they are continuing to filter through every tip, every lead that they get. We do have live reports on the search for Riley Strain starting in our 7 o'clock hour this morning. Right now, switching gears to the search for another person who is missing in the mid-state. This young man right here, 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. The TBI says they are continually going over surveillance video from neighbors and businesses. So far, we have no new details on the 15-year-old's whereabouts.
We understand, though, he disappeared from his Shackle Island community home back on February 26. If you'd like to catch up on previous coverage, go to fox17.com and search Sebastian Rogers. Let's check in now, though, for your Thursday forecast.
6:02 your time and a quick check of your forecast here. Not a lot of big notes for us here. The big three things: clouds increase today. That's it for today. Waking up right side of your screen. Temperatures are in the 40s. Rain moves in after sunset into tonight. No thunderstorms expected. No severe weather, but a couple of pop-up showers are likely overnight into tomorrow morning. Starting off with an all clear for our code red threat level, and that will continue. We have a new look at future track coming your way in just a few minutes. Rain for your Friday is definitely in the cards for us here. We'll be in the upper 60s later on this afternoon, and we'll also detail your upcoming weekend. I've changed your temperature profile for Saturday, and it's dropped a little bit. How much cooler we expect to be, that's going to be coming your way in just a few minutes. Right now, a look at steer clear traffic. Justin.
All right, everyone, we're dealing with a serious situation happening down on I-840. This is I-840 at I-65 down in Williamson County. We've just gotten confirmation that we've got a truck dangling off of the interstate. We're still trying to get some details about it, but the truck is dangling off of the interstate. It is I-840 east at the ramp to I-65. It is closed because of a semi-truck ramp, or it's a semi-truck wreck, rather. No injuries reported. Again, this is coming from the Williamson County Emergency Management Agency. Here's the photo right now being sent to us from the Williamson County Emergency Management Agency. You can see that truck there. The front end, the tractor, shall we call it, the tractor is still on the road. The trailer, though, is hanging off of the interstate here. This is for those traveling north from the Spring Hill area. You want to seek an alternate route. We've just found out about this a short time ago, so we're going to try to get you more details. But again, this is going to provide a major impact to those traveling around the I-840 area, around I-65. Again, that exit ramp is closed because of the semi-truck wreck there, where the the trailer from that tractor trailer is dangling off of the interstate as we speak. No injuries reported. We're going to try to get more details and more pictures from this area coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Justin, thank you. At 6:04 right now, getting some new information this morning in a federal lawsuit against the FBI to release the Covenant shooter's writings publicly.
Yeah, this does come nearly a year after the Tennessee Star sued the Bureau. And now a federal judge is ordering the FBI to turn over the shooter's writings to the court. That judge will then review them and then determine if they should be released. The Tennessee Star, though, previously sued Metro Nashville government for not releasing the manifesto before taking it to the federal level. The FBI telling Fox 17 News they do not have a comment at this time. Next week marks 1 year since the deadly shooting at the Covenant School.
The once home of Lee Beeman and the auto dealership on Broadway is about to get a whole new look. And this is, as it goes in Nashville, the future of our city with condos, businesses, and a lot more.
A lot more traffic. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live from the dealership area where it once was, telling us about what this new area could look like. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning. The new development is a sign of a growing city. Behind me, the construction for that new development is ongoing. And according to documents we've obtained, the space is expected to have retail stores, hotels even, office spaces, and more. It's located between Broadway and McGavick Street. It's a way to connect Midtown to downtown. Take a look at these renderings. GBT Realty and Monarch Alternative Capital are responsible for changing the former Beeman Automotive dealership into this multi-tower mixed-use development called Mid-City. The renderings show a main street that will go towards a pavilion. Phase 1 includes a podium, a garage, and towers. There also will be trees to breathe life into this space. A statement by J.T. Martin, Senior Vice President at CBRE, says in part, this filing by the project team is a normal administrative milestone as part of a 12-month process to further advance the project. Due to its large-scale scope, the redevelopment of the former Beeman Automotive will be executed in phases. Says the plans are just preliminary and not yet finalized. Reporting live in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
A law firm on your side, one with a proven record of success. And it means the peace of mind of never paying us a fee unless we get money for you. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
His Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Sarah Chevrolet Buick GMC of Nashville.
6:09 is the time, and new this morning, Tennessee lawmakers are looking at a proposal that would ban cell phone use in the classroom across the state, period. Now, there would be some exceptions, but some people are saying that the need for cell phones are great right now in the classroom for emergency use. What about catching bad behavior that happens in classrooms? We've all seen those viral moments over the years, but some educators believe that cell phones are way too much of a distraction to have in the classroom at all.
We need to be protecting the instructional time and making that valid. That's why schools exist. Schools exist to teach. And as policymakers in Tennessee, we should be doing everything that we can to make sure that our teachers have a clear path of instructional time.
We're trying to give everybody the same medicine when the illnesses are different. It might be a cold, it may be COVID, it may be the allergies, but we want to give everybody the same medicine. That doesn't work.
Well, the majority of lawmakers agreed there, and this particular bill did not pass out of committee and will not be going into an effect. It doesn't mean that people can just still use cell phones in the classroom. It just means it's up to each individual school system to have their own policy.
6:10 our time on the upcoming precip chances here. Avoid the weekend, but we've got one tomorrow. And then another system that moves in Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's just focus on the one that moves in tonight into tomorrow here on Future Track. Clouds will build throughout this afternoon. Don't worry about rain during our daylight hours. After 4 p.m., 5 and then 6 o'clock, rain will start to bubble up here from right along the state line near Alabama and then up toward the I-40 corridor. Overnight tonight, not a whole lot that does really happen, but there will be a few light rain showers tomorrow morning. Relatively dry, but again, can't discount 1 or 2 pop-ups there on the radar. Most of our action for tomorrow now looks to be afternoon toward the evening hours. So say you got dinner plans tomorrow or the first half of tonight, will be some scattered rain showers that are out there, and those will linger into tomorrow night and then finally wrap up getting into very early on your Saturday, drying out for the rest of the weekend.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out and about to I-840 at I-65. This is down in Williamson County. We've just got the very latest there with this particular scene involving an 18-wheeler that is dangling off of the interstate. TDOT seems to be trying to adjust their camera a little bit. So while they do that, can we go to the picture we just received from the Williamson County Emergency Management Agency? And you can see it right there. That particular truck dangling from I-65. This is right at the 840 East ramp to I-65 North. It is shut down because of this wreck. Thankfully, no injuries, but there is expected to be a lot of delay down there for cleanup and trying to get that guardrail back under control. Here it is right here. You can see where this is the trailer from the tractor trailer. This is the trailer hanging off of the interstate right now. Thankfully, it's not hanging over another road, so it's hanging down below the grassy area there, but you can see where crews have shut down that area. This is what we're talking about. If you're coming down I-65, they say, so you want to go I-65 north from 840, here's 840, this would be 65 north, this would be the ramp, and this is where the closure is right here. We're going to try to get back to it here coming up in a few minutes, let you know whatever else we find out about it. Well, protecting musicians here in Tennessee. We're going to break down the bill being signed by Governor Lee later today. Plus, stocks have surged after the Federal Reserve indicated Steer clear traffic. We want to get back to the breaking news we are following out of Williamson County this morning. That is where we are dealing with a tractor trailer that is hanging off of the interstate. Now, it is the trailer part that is hanging off of the interstate at I-840 at I-65. This is down in Williamson County. Thanks to the Williamson County Emergency Management Agency who sent us this photo, and we're getting a better idea of what's happening here. Thankfully, no injuries reported, but there will be some delays because of the guardrail cleanup and all the debris cleanup that needs to happen here. So let's come on back and let's show it to you right here on the camera. These are live pictures here at I-65 and I-840 down in Williamson County. Here is that tractor trailer. You can see it there dangling off of the side of the interstate. I don't know what they're going to do to try to get this out of the way. I'm guessing they'll have to attack it maybe from the 65 side of things to pull it down from there. But again, the ramp is closed and will be closed for the foreseeable future. Let's show it to you here on the map. Here is I-65. This is I-840 going eastbound, and it's going eastbound to the ramp to 65 north right here. So if you're trying to come in from Thompson Station, let's say, towards 65 north into Nashville, that is where the closure is going to be. You can see the backup right here starting to develop as more and more people start to get an understanding of what's going to happen. Now, one more thing I need to tell you, just like with the plane crash that we had a few weeks ago, when the sun comes up, people are absolutely going to slow down to look at this, even though it has no impact on their drive whatsoever. So please keep that in mind as you make that drive in and out of Williamson County, period. Murray County, all of you are going to be affected by this in some way, shape, or form.
And that sunrise roughly a half hour from right now, so we'll start seeing even more visuals of that situation going on. Getting out the door as far as weather goes, it's not going to slow you down all that much. Very similar to yesterday morning. Temperatures are in the 40s. We build a little cloud cover later today, but beautiful sunshine this morning. 43 degrees by 9 a.m. Temperature going to continue to climb. Maybe you got a flight later on this morning, afternoon, or toward the evening. Temperatures at BNA going to be right near 60 at noon. 65 degrees at 3 p.m. Nashville weather looking great today. However, we do have some flight delays here. 13 delays, no cancellations just yet. That's not our weather. It is the destination that's either coming into BNA or we're going to. Keep that in mind. Always check your flight times. That's the biggest number we've seen here in about a week as far as flight delays go this early in the morning. Lunchtime forecast. Go for it. You want a patio? Absolutely. Get that chair, get the umbrella, get the shades. You're good to go. 62 degrees. The high temperature today is going to be up near 70 later on this afternoon.
Greg, thank you so much. At 6:17 right now, something that's happening today is of note, especially here in Music City, USA. Tennessee is going to become the first state in the nation to pass a law that protects musicians from the impacts of artificial intelligence.
Governor Bill Lee is going to sign the Elvis bill into law today, with the hopes, he says, of Tennessee setting the stage for the rest of the country to then follow. Now, this particular act, the Elvis Act, ensures likeness, voice, and image security. Name, image, and likeness is already protected in Tennessee, but state leaders added voice. That way they can protect creators from artificial intelligence.
States across the country that already have what we call a right of publicity law, similar to Tennessee, but it's not clear if those laws apply to digital replicas and AI. Not every state includes voice, which is why this bill in Tennessee is so important.
All right, so again, it is called the Elvis Act. It'll be signed into law in true Nashville fashion today at Robert's Western World right on Broadway, and then it goes into effect July 1st.
Well, the stock market saw a big-time boost with positive news coming from the Federal Reserve. All right. This comes as President Joe Biden campaigns on his economic policies.
Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen with the details this morning.
It was a good day on Wall Street Wednesday. The Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P 500 all seeing a boost. It comes hours after the Federal Reserve announced borrowing costs will remain steady for now, while indicating it's on track for 3 cuts later this year.
Inflation has eased substantially, while the labor market has remained strong.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says the labor market is strong and wages are up. On the campaign trail, President Biden is taking credit for the recent economic success. At a speech in Arizona, the president touted plans for more semiconductor production and more jobs in the U.S.
Since I took office, America's had the strongest growth of any major economy in the world. Nearly 15 million new jobs, the longest stretch of unemployment under 4% in 50 years. 450. Growth is strong.
But many blame Biden for high prices and say the picture isn't as rosy as he's painting it.
From the gas station to the grocery store, American families are hurting. Gas prices are once again on the rise.
And some worry about the impact of more government spending and higher taxes could have on the progress.
All this spending that they're doing to quote unquote help the economy, help businesses, help the consumer. How about you guys get out of the way? Let us spend our own money. Let us invest our own money, and therefore that will take care of itself. And so what if we get a little inflation out of it?
It's still unclear when a potential rate cut would come. The Fed will meet again at the end of April. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Connor, thank you. There was no big winner for last night's Powerball jackpot, but it's not all bad news at all. Not at all.
Yeah, no big jackpot winner, but we had 27 people across the country who won at least $50,000 each.
That'll work.
Yeah, Powerball jackpot for Saturday, now estimated to be $750 million. Now, we have the other Mega Millions jackpot as well, which is close to $1 billion. That jackpot sitting at $977 million. So two whopper jackpots there.
Whopper. I like that. Hey, Vols fans, the Vols are playing their first game in the NCAA tournament tonight. What one key player has to say about their preparations.
And as the sun starts to just come up on the horizon here, what a beautiful shot. Pretty pictures and colors here, pinks and
Plus give you an extra 10% during our anniversary sale, going on now at all 3 Lazy Boy locations.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
$6:23. Okay, everybody. It's time. It's time to get your dancing shoes on. The Tennessee Volunteers invited to the big dance. Of course, they're in the NCAA tournament. Tonight, they're going to need this guy to have his dancing shoes on in a big way. We're talking about the Vols' 5th-year starter, Dalton Knecht, who's the SEC Player of the Year. He got that honor just last week.
Yeah, he did. And another one, the Lute Olson National Player of the Year Award, nominated for that as well. So he's a finalist. Number 3 is going to have to come up big here. Knecht averaging 21 points a game, shooting 46.5% overall. Vols will need those numbers tonight. They're going to play St. Peter's, based in New Jersey. But you remember, Tennessee didn't even get out of the first round of the SEC tournament here in Nashville. They lost to Mississippi State. So they've had plenty of time to recoup, I guess you could say, and regroup and get ready for the big game that kicks off tonight. Yeah,
now Dalton Knecht says that last game they were not the aggressors. He says that is something that's going to change.
We just weren't there. We need to be. We're going to be more competitive, especially we know it's win or go home, and this could be our last game, and we definitely don't want that to happen. So we're going to come out ready to fight and be the aggressors.
All right, now listen, the Vols taking on St. Peter's. St. Peter's, a dangerous team. They beat Kentucky as the 15 seed a couple of years ago, so don't take them lightly. Game tips off at 8:20.
All right, and the madness already started for the women's teams. The Vanderbilt ladies basketball team getting a win over Columbia. The Commodores back in the tournament for the first time in a decade, and you can see it was a pretty close one. They get the win 72-68. So as we look ahead, they're going to take on Baylor tomorrow night at 5.
All right, we are following some breaking traffic news coming down from Williamson County. That's where we are dealing with a tractor trailer, and the trailer portion is dangling off of I-840 at I-65. This is right at the exit there. Now you can see it for yourself right there. This is right at exit 59. The ramp is open to use to get onto 840. Where it's not open is to get off. So if you're on 840 trying to get off at I-65 to go northbound, you cannot do so right now because of the damage caused by this accident that happened earlier in the morning. Now, thankfully, the driver, we're told, is okay. But crews are out there right now trying to unload that tractor trailer and get it off the road, and that could take some time, let me tell you. So the results of this are going to be pretty steep because now that the sun is coming up, it's going to cause delays in a lot of different directions. Let me show it to you here on the map. And oh yeah, it's already starting here. Once the sun comes up, people are going to slow down and look. And that's exactly what's going to take place. As a matter of fact, excuse us while we expand. This is something I would normally do off the air, but let's do it on the air.
Is that rubbernecking delay right there?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
That is what this is. Look at, wow, okay. I'm finding out along with everyone else here about how bad this is. This goes all the way back to the Saturn Parkway. That's what this area is right down here, 396. That's the Saturn Parkway. This is exit 53. This is 6 miles.
Well, and you know what, Justin?
That's what we're talking about here, 6 miles.
Look at the backup on Highway 31 already. That's that detour that you would give folks.
Yeah, that is Thompson Station to Spring Hill along Highway 31 is what that is. So that's normally the way we would tell you to steer clear. You could try to take Highway 431, Louisville Pike, maybe. You could try that route to get around this a little bit, but this is going to continue until they get that out of the way. As more and more people slow down to look at this, we'll continue to follow it throughout the morning.
All right, we sure will. Plus, as we send you out to a quick break, we've got your weekend outlook looking really good for the weekend. Greg will join us in about 2 minutes to get a more in-depth look at your forecast.
Plus, we're following the latest involving an equipment failure that resulted in a rescue. One man
Farmers bring a new gal home to roost.
We are going to be spending a lot of time together.
I don't think so.
Tonight at 8 on Fox 17. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, the woman you see on your screen is a mid-state teacher. She's now been suspended. What the Rutherford County School Board says they saw her doing on school cameras.
Plus, the Mid-State Animal Shelter says they're busting at the seams with dogs. How you can help them out. And Fox 17 News letting you know about your Thursday forecast, but showers are on the way. We're going to help you time it all out and help you plan ahead for your weekend.
All right. Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Fox 17 News This Morning, where we're glad to be your live local news source through 9. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover. We're going to get started with crisis in the classroom. A Rutherford County teacher suspended after the Board of Education says she engaged in, quote, forcible physical contact with 2 students.
All right, let's break down what happened here. According to investigators and the cameras that caught it all, the Rutherford County Board of Education says Emily Romine was seen on camera from the Stewartsboro Elementary School cafeteria grabbing and pulling a student's arm, pushing a student, and other physical altercations over an 8-minute period. The board voted overnight, so this just happened last night. The board voted to suspend this teacher for 15 days. She was already on unpaid suspension before the vote last night.
We're also letting you know about a mid-state man who is safe, thankfully, after being rescued from a collapsed rock pit. This happened over in Murray County, and we have the photos. Listen to this. The Murray County Fire Department says they were called to a landslide on Keg Springs Road. It happened around 11 o'clock, I believe, on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and then they get there, they find this guy is buried in debris, and as it turns out, he was trapped for 12 hours. Incredible story of survival here. Several agencies working to dig the man out. We're told they finally got him out. They did take him to the hospital, and as of this morning, he is still recovering.
We are following breaking news this morning for your steer clear traffic as we continue to follow that scene south of town. This is going to be I-65 and I-840. Earlier in the morning, we had a tractor trailer lose control and ended up dangling off the side of the interstate. Now, in the last few moments, we've done some junior detective work here at Fox 17. And, you know, I've been covering news a long time. I'm thinking the tractor trailer, just me, ran up the road, not fallen off the road, but ran up the road. This is right at the exit here, exit 59. You can't see it from here, but there's a sign right there telling people to slow down because there's a really sharp curve. Watch this car here negotiate that curve. It's pretty sharp. If you're going 70, 80 miles per hour down I-65 and you don't slow it down to take this curve, you could end up, well, like this, running up the side of the embankment here, up on to I-840 right through the guardrail, which is what it seems like this tractor trailer may have done. So again, this is I-65 and I-840 down in Williamson County. The tow truck guys are already here to try and get this out of the way. What is this doing to your drive? It's making it difficult. Let me tell you about it here. So the crash itself is right here. It's impacting those taking I-840 coming from the east. Say if you're coming from Thompson Station, you go up to 840, take 840 to 65 north into Nashville. You cannot do that this morning because they have shut down the ramp here that you need from 840 to 65 north. What you can do instead is keep going on Highway 31, perhaps hook up on Highway 431 right here, which is this black line, and keep going into town. But the slowdowns are going to be caused because of people slowing down to look. Anytime you have something like this, this is an unusual sight. People on both sides of the interstate are going to slow down to look at this, even though it is not impacting either lane on 65 as you come in or out of town. So just know about that as you make that drive in from there. One more thing to tell you about in that 65 at Long Hollow Pike. This is on the other side of the state, essentially, in Goodlettsville. This crash at one point had shut down at least one lane. Thankfully, looks like things are much better there as they've moved it off to the shoulder. You can get by.
6:35, weather not an issue for us here this morning. Another great day. The bullet points for your weather story. That's the first one. The second one, rain takes over tomorrow. Not going to be a washout, not even close, but just some showers. You need the umbrella. The weekend preview for you is going to be a little bit cooler on Saturday and a little bit warmer on Sunday. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are in the 40s here kicking off this morning. We'll be in the upper 60s. A little more cloud cover today than yesterday, but no rain until we get close to, if not past, sunset for today. 67 degrees this afternoon. We'll follow that up with 67 for tomorrow. There is that cooler day for the weekend at 62 and then 69. That's the pick of the entire week and also the pick of the weekend. Great looking day. A little breezy on Saturday. Coming up the next check of your Code Red forecast, we will look at a new timeline of when that rain moves in after sunset going into tonight and how many hours worth of tomorrow you have to worry about showers. That's coming up in about 5 minutes.
Greg, thank you so much. We have some new information this Thursday morning because a new Midtown development is breathing new life, so to speak, into what was once Lee Beeman's auto dealership over on Broadway. Just a landmark there.
It really is. Been around for decades. GBT Realty and Monarch Alternative Capital. Those are the two groups responsible for changing the face of this part of Nashville. They're putting in a several-story tall tower. It's going to be a mixed-use development. It's called Mid-City. All right, Mid-City. So it's just over the bridge from downtown as you would be heading toward like Vanderbilt. There's going to be a pavilion. They're going to have to put in some new roads. There will be a garage and towers. So a huge change is coming to this part of Nashville. They're also building some more trees, trying to breathe, they say, breathe some life into this space. We have a statement this morning from the group that is doing all of this. They say, in part, this filing by the project team is a normal administrative milestone as part of a 12-month-long process to advance the project. They say due to the large-scale scope of it, the redevelopment of the former Beeman Automotive will be executed in phases. It's so big, they're doing it in phases. They go on to say the plans are preliminary, have not yet been finalized, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, we will. The lineup for this year's Pilgrimage Festival in Franklin has been released. We're going to tell you who you can expect. And
MSRP on select 2023 Jeep brand vehicles. Hurry, don't miss this great offer.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Southeast Financial Credit Union.
All right, everyone, 6:40 is the time. We now know the lineup for the 2024 Pilgrimage Music and Cultural Festival. It's a big deal that happens every year down in Franklin.
It is festival season, after all. We've got Bonnaroo, we've got Pilgrimage, we've got CMA Fest. Pilgrimage is celebrating its 10th year. I remember the very first year that we moved to Nashville was when they started this thing. They've got Dave Matthews Band, Hosier, so many other performers. This year's festival will take part again at Harlansdale Park in Franklin. It's September 28th and 29th.
We've got a full list of all the performers on our website. All you got to do is go over to fox17.com and just search the word pilgrimage.
We have an interesting story for you this morning. This is a real head scratcher. A Roman statue dating back nearly 2,000 years found by construction workers building a parking lot in the UK. So there was a guy operating a digger in the parking lot, and they found this marble head at a 16th century country estate.
Wow. 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 Just wow. I mean, okay, so this was able to be found just a couple of weeks ago. The bust was found very close to the original site there. The relics were cleaned, examined, and reassembled by a conservator there. The sculpture was dated back to the 1st or 2nd century. The estate says that it's a mystery exactly how that head and bust ended up where it did.
Like I said, it was a real head scratcher.
A head scratcher, scratching that head.
A mystery.
For the next little bit here as they try to figure out what was here before this.
Hey, let's get to steer clear traffic. Justin has been following some big breaking news south of Nashville.
And we continue to follow it right now. This is I-65 at I-840 down in Williamson County. That's where we are dealing with a tractor trailer that is hanging off of the interstate there at I-840 at I-65. So what they're thinking may have happened here is the truck may have just kind of missed the turn, ended up running up the grass and onto 840. Right now as it stands, if you're coming 840 east, trying to get on 65 going north, you cannot do that. It is a big slowdown because of the accident here. They've already got crews in place to try and get it out of the way. It's unknown exactly how long that's going to take. Highway 31 and 431 are the best ways to steer clear.
And 6:42 your time right now. Our curious question and then a look at future track. Our curious question has to do with stars and colors. Which color star has the hottest temperature? Are we talking about red stars, yellow stars, white, or blue? Answer coming your way in less than 10 minutes. Yeah, think about it here for a moment. It might not be the answer that you intuitively think. Take a look here. Future track, nothing happening today. We've got just a couple clouds to build for this afternoon. That's it. High is going to be in the upper 60s to right near 70 degrees, right side of your screen. You're starting off in the 40s, but by 10 p.m., showers move in after sunset. A couple of light showers track through the overnight and then go into tomorrow morning. And then another batch moves in for the afternoon. No thunderstorms, no severe weather. Just grab the umbrella tomorrow.
More breaking news this morning. President Joe Biden canceling another $5.8 billion of student loan debt. It's the latest round of relief that impacts nearly 78,000 public sector workers throughout the public service loan forgiveness program. It's a story we're updating over on Fox17.com.
Well, up next, the FBI says that crime rates are dropping across the country. We're going to tell you what the Attorney General says is.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Tonight at 7 on Fox 17.
Alerts, empowers, protects. Watch Fox 17 News at 9.
Good morning and welcome into Fox 17 News this morning. 6:46. Let's talk about a new report from the FBI. Crime rates, according to the FBI, are dropping across the U.S., but many of you are calling into question how they're ranking the statistics. They reportedly surveyed 13,000 law enforcement agencies policing about 80% of the U.S. And the FBI claims that crime declined significantly in the fourth quarter of last year in almost every category. They say murders are down, violent crime is down, and property crime is down. But don't tell that to folks living here in the Mid-State who have a whole different story to tell. Attorney General Merrick Garland crediting the Justice Department and the violent crime reduction strategy that they launched in 2021. The FBI releasing its final information coming up in October. But we were curious to know, how do you feel in your community? Depending on wherever you live, do you feel like your communities are any safer? This is the question right now on our Fox Nashville Twitter account. And we said, do you feel like your communities are safer? And look at this, 90% of you say no. And that's the resounding feeling over on my Facebook page where I asked the same question. And so many of you went into great detail as to why you feel like your communities are not safer these days. So we'll take a closer look at that as we get into our 7 and 8 o'clock hours.
Right now, though, let's talk about planting. Spring is officially here. Yesterday's temperatures has some of us itching to get outside in our gardens and maybe figure out what can I plant right now. Meteorologist Brett Luna speaking with a local farmer about what crops you can safely plant and the others not you might want to hold off on a little bit longer before planting. Listen.
What started as just a very small roadside stand selling extra stuff out of the family garden has now turned into the 65-acre Lester Farms in Lebanon. This year, they're growing 7 acres of strawberries that'll be hand-picked each morning and sold each day. It's a beautiful sight seeing these bright red, fresh strawberries, especially with a nice sunset in the background too.
And this time of year, strawberries is all the talk. That's kind of what kicks off Middle Tennessee's fresh fruit and vegetable season every year.
They've still got a few weeks or so, around April 15th, until they start harvesting these berries. And as for how long into the season they'll be able to pick for, well, it really just all depends on the weather. But in the meantime, they've recently had to deal with some freezing nights. The average frost-free date for Middle Tennessee is typically April 13th to April 20th. That's when historically we'll see our last frost. But strawberry plants begin blooming out much earlier than that. This year they started blooming around the 1st of March, so that leaves about 2 months that they have to be ready to frost protect. Before the temperatures dropped into the 20s earlier this week, they were covering all 7 acres of strawberries with 2 layers of the floating row covers to keep them safe. If you're growing a garden at your home and you're trying to catch the season a little early and already have some vegetable plants put out, Mitchell says floating row covers are a great thing to have on hand in case we have any more of these freezing cold nights. You might want to hold off on putting all your vegetable plants into the ground right now, though, if you don't have any way to protect them. But he says there definitely are some plants that are safe to plant right now.
Right now would be an appropriate time to begin planting your earlier season crops: kale, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, lettuces, any of your cold season crops.
He says anything like tomatoes, summer squash, sweet corn, watermelons, any of the more summer crops, you're going to want to wait until those frost-free dates. So that's going to be after April 13th to 20th or so if you're not prepared to frost protect them. Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, thank you, Brad. Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest happening out there in the scene we've been following from Williamson County, I-65 at I-840 for the last little bit. We've been following the scene where a tractor trailer somehow left the road and now is hanging off a part of the interstate. This is down in Williamson County on that drive. You can see it right over there. This tractor trailer, we believe, was coming up the ramp here at 65, trying to get onto 840. But somehow missed the curve and ran straight up the side of the grass there onto 840 itself, and that is where it stuck. Nobody was hurt in all of this, thankfully, but it's going to take some crews some time to get this out of the way. So let me show you what it's doing to that area there. It's coming here. 840 east is where it's impacting. And if you want to take 840 to 65 going north, you can't do it because they've got the ramp shut down as that accident is right in here. It is causing a big backup as a lot of people are coming gawking at this thing as they're driving by. So heads up in that area. You may want to use Highway 31 right here or 431 right here as the best way to steer clear. Other than that, we are having some other types of drama across the midstate. We're going to try to get to your latest drive times coming up here in the next few minutes as I've got those in the oven. Got to let them cool and, present them to the people. We'll have that in a few.
Justin, thank you. The good news is weather is not going to be an issue when we talk about traffic conditions right now.
No, weather does nothing to slow us down today. It's just everything else that could be any daily impact to weather. So don't worry about it, or to traffic, I should say. My curious question that I asked you earlier about 5 minutes ago was, which color star has the hottest temperature? Is it a red star, yellow, white, or blue? Erica's going with white as the answer here. Jan, what are you thinking?
I mean, yes, white hot. But see, I always thought, for example, when you have a fire at home or you light a match, the blue is the hottest part of the flame.
Or think of a blowtorch when you start it up.
Yeah.
You are right. It is blue, then white, then yellow, then red. So yeah, both of you kind of like A1, A2.
We were close.
Yeah, both of you right there. I mean, those are the two hottest ones right there, but there you go. Blue stars are the hottest ones. They're also typically the smallest and have the most energy. So just because you're big doesn't mean you're that strong. Taking a look here, South Nashville camera. There's Jodas Park, home in Nashville. Let's see. Taking a look. Not much happening downtown. School day forecast, 44 degrees first bell. As kids are getting home later today, 66 if they have after-school sports of any kind, whether it's practice or any games. No rain moving in, just a couple of clouds that will pick up for us here. A few showers overnight tonight into tomorrow. A high of 67 degrees today and also tomorrow. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are starting off in the 40s, and then a dry weekend with both days in the 60s as well.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Washington, D.C.'s famed cherry blossoms are in full bloom and provide the perfect frame for one of the city's iconic monuments. And look, is it a bird? No, and definitely not a plane, but it sure looks like a puffy puppy dog cloud taking a springtime stroll in the skies over St. Joseph, Michigan Wednesday.
For more content like this, follow the National Weather Desk on Instagram.
Hey, Chips Ahoy fans, they're making some changes to the classic chocolate chip cookie recipe. The company announcing yesterday, they're going to go ahead and launch a new recipe for their original Chips Ahoy cookie.
Why?
Well, you know, something new, something fresh. It's spring. Just come on.
Okay, I'll try to go with it here. They say they're improving the taste with higher quality chocolate chips. And they say more Madagascar vanilla extract in the cookie.
That's very specific.
It is specific. The new and improved cookie, as they put it, is also going to get a new package. But listen, don't be charging us more for it. Don't fix what's not broke and then charge us more for it. We're going to be watching.
The big cookie debate. Let's talk about tax season. It's once again upon us. More on the deadline and what to do if you realize that, you made a mistake.
Yeah, it can happen. And taking a live look this morning over at First Horizon Ballpark, home of our Nashville Sounds. Did you know the First Horizon Park was nominated for Best Minor League Baseball?
On our full line of F-150s, plus 1.9% financing for 72 months available. Some scratched, some didn't, some not, but all with big savings. Town and Country Ford in Madison.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning, just a few minutes before 7 o'clock. Take a look at your screen right now. Look at these sweet faces. They need good homes. And over on our Fox Nashville Facebook page, we've got so many of you talking about how you might be a great fit here. An animal shelter. This is in Murray County, says they are just overwhelmed with the number of dogs that they have taken in recently, and they are putting out the all call to try to get good homes for these sweet boys and girls here. If you're interested in adopting, you can visit the shelter. It's on Maple Leaf Avenue in Columbia. You can also head to fox17.com to find out operating hours and more links to how you can bring one of these sweet, look at the tongues out.
So sweet, tongue out Thursday.
Sweet babies home.
Now listen, today is a great day weather-wise to get out there and see what dogs are available for adoption and walk a dog too.
Oh, 100%. 67 degrees later on this afternoon. We're looking real good. Similar start to yesterday morning in the 40s. A little more cloud cover today than yesterday, but that's the one real feature. The allergies are going to be tough, just like they've been all week long. That's going nowhere until the end of tomorrow. We need some rain to knock down all that pollen out of the atmosphere. Taking a look, weekend planner, 62 degrees on Saturday, 69 on Sunday. I've really dialed it back a little bit on Saturday and made it a little bit breezier as well. And I've also changed the timing of rain we'll see on your Friday. A new look at future track as we go into our 7 o'clock half hour and become your only live and local news source straight through 9.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Update coming in from the Williamson County Emergency Management Agency. They're telling us that they've got one lane now, one lane of traffic open on I-840 and I-65. This is after they had that crash overnight involving that semi-truck that somehow ran off of the road. As a matter of fact, we're taking a live look at it right there. I-65 and I-840 there in Williamson County as you make your way out on I-840 East. They do have one lane that is open, thankfully. You can see it right there as cars are trickling by. Tow trucks are also in place to try to get this 18-wheeler off of the side of the road here. In the meantime, it is causing a bit of a backup there, not just from I-65, but also at 840. The backup runs all the way back down Thompson Station, Spring Hill, Highway 31. That could be a good way to steer clear. 431 is another good way to steer clear. We've got the latest drive times for other parts of the midstate. Yes, there is traffic happening elsewhere. We're going to get to that coming up in a few.
Justin, thank you. Talking about consumer news now and your taxes, letting you know that you could avoid making some tax mistakes by following some simple advice here.
Yeah, if you haven't filed already, now would be definitely a good time to start. And the experts say if you do make a mistake, the good news is you would have plenty of time to correct it before the April 15th deadline. I know it can be complicated and stressful, but even the tiniest mistake can throw everything off. That happened to us once years ago. We had to be audited because of one simple mistake. So yeah, give yourself plenty of time. Some of the common errors would be choosing the wrong filing status, for example. Maybe you just picked the wrong filing status, or you didn't list your dependents correctly, or you have one number off on your social security number.
One number.
Or one number off on an address. The littlest thing can throw you off here, and it could prevent you from getting bigger credits and maybe even a bigger refund. So if you're not sure what to do, make sure you ask an expert.
Also want to let you know about our reading initiative. Sinclair Cares. Nearly 2/3 of fourth graders in the U.S. struggle to read at grade level, which is why we're partnering with our Sinclair Broadcasting, our parent company, to go ahead and let you know about our Reading is Fundamental initiative. It's all in an effort to support children's literacy. Scan the QR code on the bottom of the screen to donate to our virtual book drive.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Searching from the water, from the land, from the skies. Local volunteers ramping up their search for missing college student Riley Strain. What's law enforcement doing? Fox 17 News Live starting this hour as we work to gather more information talking about the focus of this investigation moving forward.
And sunshine in mid-60s this Friday Eve, but showers are in the future. Will it clear out in time for the weekend? We're tracking the full forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us to I-65 and I-840 on the south side of town. You can see a tractor trailer just barely hanging on to the pavement. We're going to tell you more about this crash coming up in a few.
Ooh, not a good situation there. Thank you, though, for waking up with us here on Fox 17 News this Thursday morning. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. By the way, that interchange is common for problems like the one we're seeing right now. So we'll get to Justin in moments. Glad to be your live local news source through 9 a.m.
And we'll just do as exhaustive a search of the water and the banks as we can in that craft. And we also have an airboat coming back here. He was here last week. He's coming back here toward the end of the week.
This story has been making headlines for more than a week now. In case you have not been following, though, we do want to take a minute to review the timeline of how we got to this point in Riley's disappearance. Back on March 8th, the 22-year-old college student disappeared after leaving Luke Bryan's Broadway bar. And then on March 12th, we got a look at surveillance video that showed Riley walking downtown. On March 17th, a bank card belonging to Riley Strain was found over on the riverbank. And then on March 18th, police released body camera video of Riley Strain interacting with an officer on the night he disappeared. That leads us up to now, this Thursday, a coalition of volunteers from out of state, the United Cajun Navy, they have stepped in to help track down the 22-year-old Riley Strain. And it's now day 2 for their search efforts. And the volunteers, joining Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar, she's explaining what they've done so far and what they plan to do in the coming days. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning. The United Cajun Navy has a mission to help Riley Strain's family find him. One of the volunteers tells me that they slept very late last night just to show you how much effort they're putting into this. And they also tell me that they're headed to the Cumberland River behind me near a boat ramp to begin day 2 of their search. The director of operations, David Flagg, coordinated volunteers from North Carolina, Alabama, and beyond, came to Nashville with an airboat equipped with sonar and rescue and a hovercraft, expanding the search that was done by Metro Police. But there is still no trace of him. Heartbreaking news for the family. Riley Strain's dad says he is tirelessly waiting for any sign of his son and is grateful for the help.
It's a whole lot more resources than what we've had so far. Of course, I wish that this could have happened a week ago. It takes time to get this stuff in place. These people have been so good to come out and help us. We're tired. We're real tired, so some fresh people coming in has really helped.
If you're interested in volunteering with the United Cajun Navy, you can head to our website at fox17.com. Reporting live, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
7:03, taking a look at the 3 things to know when it comes to your weather forecast, inching closer and closer to the weekend. One of those is just about today. Clouds increase, that is it. Temperatures very similar to yesterday. Upper 60s, near 70 degrees. We're starting off on the right side of your screen with temps in the 40s. The second bullet point is for tomorrow. Rain moves in after sunset, really will pick up on and off throughout your Friday. Not a rain out by any means, but definitely grabbing an umbrella. Good news is, though, for tomorrow, no severe weather and no thunderstorms are expected. Waking up right now, 44 degrees, sunshine beating down on Lower Broadway, barely a cloud in the sky, but that will change very quickly leading into the second half of the afternoon especially. A few more hometown temperatures. Let's get into southern Kentucky. A little bit cooler air already advancing ahead of our potential chance for the cloud cover later today. We're talking low to middle 30s all through southern Kentucky and then also out toward the Cumberland Plateau. 46 right now in Lewisburg and 45 in Lawrenceburg, so very hit and miss. About a 10-degree temperature change. And this is going to be our curious question for today. Yeah, we're talking about stars, and we'll tell you why in a few minutes, but I want to know which star has the hottest temperature. Red, yellow, white, or blue. We'll be getting to that in a little bit, and also your 7-day forecast, and we'll time that rain for tomorrow.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-840 and I-60, yes, I-840 and I-65. They're on the south side this morning. That's down in Williamson County. That's where we've been dealing with this tractor trailer that is hanging off of the interstate there. TDOT adjusting their cameras. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, over there at the Tennessee Department of Transportation. Can you zoom in for me? Can you do that? I saw you tilt. Can you zoom? No? Okay, maybe. We'll see. Tow truck in place to try and get this out of the way. Thank you very much. I know you guys watch. I know you do. I know you guys watch, and it's okay. We can see where that tractor trailer ran right up. You can see it right there, 35 miles per hour is what you're supposed to slow down to in order to take this ramp here, but I don't know. It would seem that the driver of this 18-wheeler somehow missed a turn and ran right up the side of I-65 onto A40, right through the guardrail, and that is what they're trying to deal with right now as far as the cleanup is concerned. We've got the contents of this truck hanging out of the back. Crews are on the scene now. The good news is they've got one lane of 840 that has just reopened a short time ago, so traffic can get by. Things are still a bit slow, though. Highway 31, Highway 431, those are going to be the best ways to steer clear. Now, let's get you to drive times happening from elsewhere, because there is other things happening out there. 35 minutes in from Hendersonville right now. 84 minutes. That's nearly an hour and a half coming in for Murfreesboro. The good news is the longer you wait, the more this time will start to come down coming in for Murfreesboro. Just right now, it's a tough spot. 37 minutes coming in from Mount Juliet. We'll continue to watch that as well.
Justin, thank you very much. 7:06 right now. Hey, take a look at this. The Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue Department just released some pictures of a big house fire that they put out this week. These pictures coming from their Facebook page. The fire reported Tuesday evening. The flames spread quickly. A family of 5, though, able to get out safely. No injuries reported, thankfully. The cause of the fire still under investigation.
No one wants to hear their voice or see their image taken without permission or used out of context. This landmark legislation will help protect artists against those threats and set the stage for protection nationally and around the world.
A first of its kind. Could Tennessee be the first state in the nation to pass a law protecting musicians from the impacts of artificial intelligence? Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse breaking it down at 7:45.
And up next, we're going to tell you about a debate between state lawmakers who looked at a proposal that would ban cell phones from Tennessee class.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Tennessee Home Buyers.
Coming up on 7:10 this morning and new this morning, some Tennessee lawmakers were looking at a proposal that would ban cell phone use in the classroom across the state of Tennessee. Now, some say that the phones are a needed part of Tennessee classroom use for students. They say they need them for emergencies or perhaps catching students or teachers with bad behavior. Others say that the cell phones have become way too much of a distraction and are leading to more learning loss across the state. Now, we heard from one Democratic lawmaker who was very concerned about safety and painted this example.
My daughter just graduated from high school, thank God. But if she was in an emergency, if there was an emergency at her school or a shooting or something like that, I absolutely would want her to call me first and not rely on y'all to save her life.
Believe me, it's best if the staff and faculty, they're the ones with the devices to communicate with law enforcement, with first responders, instead of confusing the issue. A fifth grader with a cell phone is not the person who I want to be calling the shots as it relates to the protection of my grandchildren.
Now, keep in mind, this bill did not pass that committee, so there will be no statewide law this year. However, local school boards can still make their own rules regarding cell phone use.
7:11 your time. The thing right now is the next weather maker. It always is this time of the morning. What's coming your way? And it's going to be a rainy pattern for about 36 hours starting after sunset later on this evening into tonight and then tomorrow. Taking a look. Future track. Just a couple of clouds for this afternoon. Fairly easy to navigate through today. Upper 60s to right near 70. Starting off in the 40s here this morning. After 4 to 5 p.m. though, a few showers begin to bubble right near the state line. They pull toward the I-40 corridor by 10 o'clock. But look at how hit and miss these are. This is not a rainfall event for everyone overnight. Tomorrow, even rain coming in droves. We're not talking about steady, consistent rainfall. Little pop-ups here and there throughout the afternoon and the evening. By the time all is said and done, after tomorrow, leading into very early Saturday morning, about a ½ inch of rain is possible, and then we'll dry out after about 6, 7 o'clock on Saturday for the rest of the weekend.
Well, up next, we've got the very latest sincere clear traffic involving this crash on 65 at 840. How much could this slow down your drive in Williamson County? We've got the details.
We're simply asking the FBI to follow the law and release the documents.
We've got new developments in the legal battles.
On our full line of F-150s, plus 1.9% financing for 72 months available. Some scratched, some didn't, some not, but all with big savings. Town & Country Ford in Madison.
7:15 is the time, and right now we're following a breaking news update this Thursday morning surrounding the Covenant tragedy and the fight over making the shooter's writings public. An online publication is taking the FBI to court and celebrating a victory. Fox 17 News' Kylie Walker explains more.
A federal judge has ordered the FBI to turn over the shooter's writings to the court. That judge will then review them and determine if they should be released. Last May, the Tennessee Star, along with several other groups, sued the Metro Nashville government for not releasing the shooter's writings. That case is currently tied up in court, but the Tennessee Star decided to take that battle a step further, filing a federal lawsuit against the FBI.
The documents are public record and they should be released. Metro government failed to release them. We asked them nicely. They didn't. And they shared those documents with the FBI. We asked them nicely in accordance with the law. They didn't. And so when the government entities don't comply with the law, we have recourse through the courts.
Michael Leahy with the Tennessee Star says the documents could provide information to legislators and the general public that could possibly lead to steps to prevent terrible acts like this from happening in the future. What do you think that difference is between suing Metro versus, FBI?
At first, I thought we would be more likely to obtain the documents in state proceedings. But there are a number of parties who do not want those documents revealed and have taken the legal actions to impede its release. And again, I think that is contrary to the public interest.
Right now, Leahy believes it's more likely that the documents will be released either in full or in part, first by the decision made by the federal judge.
And I am fully confident that after she reviews them, she will conclude correctly that it is in the public interest to have all of these documents released.
And today we spoke with former FBI agent Scott Augenbaum, who broke down how cases like this work.
Just remember, there's evidence in a case. The manifesto is evidence. The evidence is property of the collecting agency, Metro Nashville. They turned it over to the FBI. The FBI would then turn it back over with the notes and everything like that. So the analysis.
And we also asked the FBI for their response to the latest developments at the federal level. However, we did not hear back. As we've reported in the past, Covenant parents have been very vocal this past year about not releasing the manifesto. They've done this both in protests and in House hearings. Keep in mind, we are just 7 days away from the Covenant tragedy's 1-year anniversary. In Nashville, Kylie Walker, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Kylie, thank you. And if you would like to catch up on previous coverage of this huge story, just go to our website, fox17.com, and search Covenant.
Want to say a big thank you this morning to all of our men and women who are serving our country. In our community right now, about 150 soldiers from the Tennessee National Guard's 251st Military Police Company are returning home today. This comes after a nearly year-long deployment overseas. While deployed, the majority of these soldiers performed missions in Bulgaria and Romania and provided security for other deployed military units. Scheduled to fly into Smyrna's volunteer training site in 2 groups later today, where family, friends, and fellow soldiers will be right there to greet them, awaiting their return. So thank you again for your service. It is 7:18 right now, and we've got a great morning on tap as far as the weather is concerned. And looking ahead, Greg, to potential rain moving in tonight. Might that calm down some of the pollen and the wind that's been blowing stuff around the last few days?
It will a little bit. Anyone who gets even just a couple drops of rain, it's going to help. The atmosphere is going to kind of shuffle everything back down to ground level. And thankfully, we will feel a little bit better. Now, we're not going to get as much rain as it looked like we were going to, so it won't completely knock out all the allergies, but it will definitely dampen them a little bit. Right now, a look at Geodis Park. Nashville SC not back home until we talk about them playing on March 30th, taking on the Columbus Crew. So if you're looking to get tickets to go catch a game, if you've never been to Geodis Park or actually caught a game, it is such a great atmosphere. Out there this morning, the atmosphere is treating you pretty well as the weather goes. Taking a look here. We have temperatures that are going to be in the 40s all the way through 9 o'clock, 50 degrees at 10, and plenty of sunshine for now. Those are the 2 key words, for now, because later on this afternoon there will be clouds that do creep in. One last check of BNA for you this morning. Maybe you got that flight here later on this morning or this afternoon, or vice versa. Someone's traveling into town. 58 at noon, 65 degrees, 3 p.m. No problems when it comes to Nashville itself when it comes to flight delays, but we have seen about 13 delays so far. Thankfully, no cancellations. Check ahead. Nashville weather's not going to slow you down. So when the kids get home from school later today, get them in the backyard, get them outside. If they have any after-school activities that maybe aren't in the backyard, but they're on the baseball field, and we're talking soccer here, taking a look at temperatures that are going to be in the 60s throughout this evening. Right near 70 for a high. We're not quite going to hit that mark. And we don't hit that mark any day this upcoming 7 days. The one chance we might have to get that one would be Sunday. But we have to worry about cloud cover that day too. So the sunnier we are on Sunday, the better chance for a 70-degree high. Nighttime temperatures faring pretty decently, 40s right near 50 into the weekend.
Steer clear traffic. We continue to follow that scene down to our south at I-65 and I-840 down in Williamson County. That is where earlier this morning we had a driver lose control of that tractor trailer, ended up dangling off the side of the interstate. They're trying to get it clear right now, but they've got a lot of work to do. That is part of the load that the tractor trailer was carrying there that is hanging off the side of the interstate. The good news is one lane of I-840 is open. It was shut down for a couple of hours. Thankfully, they've been able to reopen at least one lane there so you can get by. You can use Highway 31 or 431 to steer clear. Want to make note of one more thing coming out from Clarksville. 81 minutes right now. We do have a crash here along the I-24 corridor coming into Pleasant View. You can take 41A to steer clear.
Coming up, Facebook comments are continuing to pour in, prayers as well. We have not forgotten about 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. We're going to take a closer look at what we learned so far in the ongoing search efforts.
And the late breaking news this morning as we keep an eye out on the search for Riley Strain in Nashville. What you're looking at here is a live shot from Cleese's Ferry, where we've got teams of volunteers already out this morning as the sun is up, getting ready to continue their search. We know that they searched the Cumberland. They searched near the Cheatham Dam yesterday, and they are back out again this morning. We'll have live continuous updates for you. Also, want to remind you, if you are on the go this morning, maybe you've got to leave in a few minutes and you want to stay updated on this story.
NMAC Loyalty Cash during the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event at Matthews Nissan in Clarksville. Up to $9,500 off the MSRP on a new Armada. Plus, get a lifetime warranty. MatthewsNissan.com.
Just about 7:25, and we do have a breaking news update regarding politics. Lawmakers unveiling a $1.2 trillion spending package just hours before a potential partial government shutdown. Well, the package increases border spending and does include funding for the Departments of Defense, Education, Homeland Security, State, and the legislative branch. A lot going on there. House and Senate lawmakers face a Friday deadline this Friday to fund the government. And it is possible that some government operations could shut down until a deal is passed.
Erica, thank you. 7:25 is the time right now. We have a heads up for you. If you plan to travel at Nashville International Airport, BNA is going to conduct a full-scale emergency drill coming up Tuesday, March 26th. This is mandated by the Federal Aviation Administration.
Now, the mock emergency scenario will feature an actual fire, actual smoke, and explosions during this planned simulation. Just want to emphasize this is a planned exercise, okay? There may be some taxiways that are closed during the drill, but flight operations will continue on at BNA and other operational runways. Again, I want to emphasize it's just a drill.
We'll get the phone calls. You'll see it. You'll still be concerned. We're going to remind you probably every day leading up to Tuesday, just to make sure you're aware.
7:26, looking at your weekend outlook. I've changed things a little bit here. Nothing to worry about when it comes to rain today. There'll be a few scattered showers overnight tonight into tomorrow, but that will also knock down our temperatures. Your Saturday, 62 degrees, and I've added in a little bit of wind as well. It will be a breezy day and partly cloudy. The wind dies down a touch for your Sunday. We stay rain-free for both days, Saturday and into Sunday. That's the pick of the forecast if you want the warmth and the lack of wind, but maybe you want to get up for an early morning jog on your Saturday. Looking really nice here. We're drying out very quickly. However, there will be that rain that moves in tomorrow. How do you track it when you're on the go? Very easily. Scan the QR code right there on your screen. You can get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app, or you can go to the App Store or Google Play Store. Good places to go. You can also follow any of us on social media if you want to reach out just to say hi, maybe you have a question, a news tip, or you're traveling and want to know your weather. You can go to meteorologist Greg Bobus on Facebook. You can go to our X pages on twitter.com or Instagram. Good ways to find us. Coming up in our 7:30 half hour, a new look at future track for that rain tomorrow, timing it out hour by hour and how much we will see coming up in a few minutes.
Coming up next at our 7:30 half hour, we'll take a look at steer clear traffic, including this wreck involving a semi that ran off the road at 65 at 840 Williamson County.
And an absolutely wild story of survival. Imagine being trapped for 12 hours under dirt and gravel.
Touch with Morgan office is so easy that even my grandson can do it.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Volunteers are ramping up their efforts in their search for a 22-year-old Riley Strain, a University of Missouri student that has been missing for over a week now. Coming up, I'll have the details.
Waking up this morning here to some sunshine. Those clouds will take over for the afternoon and then rain tomorrow. A brand new timeline in your Code Red forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us down to I-65 at 840 in Williamson County. We've had a mess here for hours. We'll have the very latest on the cleanup efforts coming up in a few.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
I'm Jennifer Waddell. Glad to be your live local news source. Always here for you through 9 a.m. Want to get to our top story developing new this half hour.
Yeah, so we now know it has been 13 days since 22-year-old Riley Strain was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway and has not been heard of since. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live near Shelby Park at the boat ramp there, Karen, telling us how one team is in there trying to uncover clues, and then what can we expect for their search efforts today?
Good morning. Well, Riley Strain's dad was on the boat with the United Cajun Navy yesterday, and he plans to be on the boat again today. As you can imagine, he is missing his loved one who still has not been found. And one of the volunteers of the United Cajun Navy tells me that they slept very late last night in their mission to help Riley Strain's family. They are still trying to make sure that they can find as many clues as they can, and even though they slept late, they still plan to head to the Cumberland River behind me near the Cleese's ferry boat ramp to begin day 2 of their search. David Flagg, incident commander with the United Cajun Navy, tells me they didn't cover too much area because the airboat wasn't working properly. They did have a hovercraft However, he says they scoured the banks of the river, any sign that could lead them closer to being able to find him. But again, they didn't find anything. He says they won't give up to help Riley's family.
Found out from them what was going on and the level of their frustration at that point. Yeah, we have the resources to be able to help. We're not going to not help.
He says that 6 women are going to be in downtown passing out Riley's flyers. And at 10:30 on Gay Street, they're going to be recruiting more people to help in this search. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. Let's get to another story that is making headlines here on your Thursday morning. We have been working to keep you updated about what's going on in your communities, and we go to Murray County to tell you about the man who was trapped in a chert pit. Chert being a type of rock. They were in there digging when equipment fell and he got trapped. So he's safe this morning. All right, we know he's recovering in the hospital, but this is the story right now over at fox17.com. And you can see we have a gallery of about 27 pictures showing you an up-close look at how this all unfolded. We've got video on your screen right now showing you in detail. So the Murray County Fire Department tells us they initially got the call out to a landslide just off of Keg Springs Road around 11 o'clock Tuesday night. So they get there and they find this equipment operator who was buried under debris. And first responders said they think he had been there for 12 hours by the time they got to him. So the effort started very quickly, a frantic effort to get this guy out. They did finally do that after hours of working, and they flew him to the hospital where he, as I mentioned a moment ago, is recovering this morning. If you want to see the pictures up close, they're impressive. We've got them for you right now at fox17.com. Right now, though, let's get a check of that forecast. Things are shaping up nicely here, very spring-like on the Baby Friday.
They absolutely are. The weather story here, mainly good things, and I'll explain why rain really is a good thing. We're going to have a little bit of it tomorrow, but today another great day, a little bit cloudier than yesterday. When the clouds roll in early afternoon, no indicators of rain. After sunset, a few pop-up showers will be there. This is a good soaking rain for us here, maybe a half of an inch of rain between tonight and the end of tomorrow. No thunderstorm activity, no severe weather. We're leading into growing season, planting season. If you can put down rain steadily over a long period of time like that, it's primo this time of the year. Weekend preview, I've kind of dialed back the temperatures a little bit for your Saturday. We're keeping the arrow down there on the all clear for our code red threat level. There will be that rain that does track in Friday. I've got a look at future track for you coming up in a few minutes. We'll time it out hour by hour. And there's that dip in temperature starting Saturday. Today and tomorrow, upper 60s, 62 on Saturday, 69 degrees on Sunday. We'll look at tomorrow's rainfall and talk about next week's storm potential coming up in a few minutes. Justin.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's go to I-65 and I-840 at the junction down on the south side of town. That's where we are dealing with this tractor trailer that left the road a little bit earlier in the morning, ran up the hillside and onto another interstate. This is 65. If you were going southbound here, 65 going south to 840, that's where the crash is. And authorities now have opened up one lane so traffic can get by here on 840, but the ramp itself is still closed. For those of you trying to get out and about down there in Williamson County, you can take 431 or Highway 31 as the best way to steer clear of that episode. Let's get you to 65 at Wedgwood on the south side of town. Still dealing with a bit of a crash right here on the shoulder. We had more cars involved than this, but thankfully they've been able to get most of them out of the way. Here are your overall drive times, and some of them are really slow. Clarksville in the downtown at 85 minutes, a real slowdown coming towards Pleasant View out of Clarksville. Murfreesboro 76 minutes. That time is actually better than it was. Mount Juliet at 48 minutes coming out of Wilson County.
In Operation Crime and Justice, Murray County deputies are working to find answers in a cold case. So we're going to ask you right now, stop what you're doing, take a look at your screen. This photo, this is Amber Cates. 20 years ago, Amber Cates disappeared. Well, her family says they last saw the 16-year-old at her mother's home, leaving for a spring break trip with a relative.
We have a lot of individuals that may go missing through time, and every one of those matter.
The Murray County Sheriff's Office putting together a cold case unit using retired investigators as experts. If you know anything about her disappearance, we put the contact information for detectives over at fox17.com.
7:36 is your time right now. Spring has sprung, and I know a lot of you are ready to start planting in the garden. We'll tell you what is good to go now, but what you might want to hold off on for maybe the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, news you can use. And state lawmakers consider the option of legalizing medical marijuana. We're going to get your feedback on this possibility.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's anniversary sale is going on now. We're celebrating 79 years with exclusive deals on hot buys starting at just $3.99. Or get low monthly payments with 0% interest for 7 years. Shop your local Ashley store today.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine all the slopes you'll conquer.
Sick.
Imagine all the...
Morning newscast is sponsored by Eurostone.
Good morning and welcome back into Fox 17 News this morning. It is 7:39, spring officially here, of course, and that means a lot of you are really starting to get that itch to plant something, get the gardens up and running.
A lot of people cannot wait to get out there. Fox 17 Code Red meteorologist Brett Luna spoke with one local farmer about the kind of crops that you can go ahead and get in the ground right now and others that you may want to wait on just a little bit.
What started as just a very small roadside stand selling extra stuff out of the family garden has now turned into the 65-acre Lester Farms in Lebanon. This year, they're growing 7 acres of strawberries that'll be hand-picked each morning and sold each day. It's a beautiful sight seeing these bright red, fresh strawberries, especially with a nice sunset in the background, too.
And this time of year, strawberries is all the talk. That's kind of what kicks off Middle Tennessee's fresh fruit and vegetable season every year.
They've still got a few weeks or so, around April 15th, until they start harvesting these berries. And as for how long into the season they'll be able to pick for, well, it really just all depends on the weather. But in the meantime, they've recently had to deal with some freezing nights. The average frost-free date for Middle Tennessee is typically April 13th to April 20th. That's when historically we'll see our last frost. But strawberry plants begin blooming out much earlier than that. This year they started blooming around the 1st of March, so that leaves about 2 months that they have to be ready to frost protect. Before the temperatures dropped into the 20s earlier this week, they were covering all 7 acres of strawberries with 2 layers of the floating row covers to keep them safe. If you're growing a garden at your home and you're trying to catch the season a little early and already have some vegetable plants put out, Mitchell says floating row covers are a great thing to have on hand in case we have any more of these freezing cold nights. You might want to hold off on putting all your vegetable plants into the ground right now, though, if you don't have any way to protect them. But he says there definitely are some plants that are safe to plant right now.
Right now would be an appropriate time to begin planting your earlier season crops: kale, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, lettuces, any of your cold season crops.
He says anything like tomatoes, summer squash, sweet corn, watermelons, any of the more summer crops, you're going to want to wait until those frost-free dates. So that's going to be after April 13 to 20th or so if you're not prepared to frost protect them. Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Brett, thank you so much. Well, in addition to getting out in the gardens, you could have some visitors
coming
up there too.
I mean, it's also bug season, and big bugs this year. The cicadas are back. For the first time in more than 200 years, 2 separate types of cicada offspring are going to emerge. We've got brood 19, which is set to come out this spring after 13 years of being dormant.
They will cover around 14 states. You can tell I'm so excited about this. They will cover around 14 states across the Southeast and the Midwest. And at the same time, the 17-year brood 13 cicadas will emerge in at least 5 different Midwestern states. This is according to ScienceAlert.com. This is the very first time that the double brood has happened in the last 221 years. Lucky us. Won't happen again until 2245.
Listen, we get to live through history.
Yes.
Some people like the sound of the cicadas, by the way.
This is the kind of history you wanted to live through. 200-something years. I think the country is barely 240-something years old. So it's, almost as old as the country itself.
We've survived a pandemic and now the double brood of cicadas.
Here we go.
Hey, this morning at 7:43, we've been following a lot of updates and steer clear traffic for you.
We certainly have. We're going to get to the very latest happening there across that area. We're going to get to I-65 down in the Dickerson Pike area. You can see where traffic is extremely slow there. We're going to give you an update coming up in just a few.
And of course, always keeping an eye on that forecast for you. Every few minutes, we keep you updated with different angles on your forecast. A live look now from Nashville over at Geodis Park. Beautiful start to the day. We'll join Greg in just a few minutes for a deeper look in your forecast.
Plus, we'll tell you about the madness of March for the Tennessee Volunteers, who they will take on in round 1.
I'm Megan O'Halloran. Fox 17 is partnering with Reading is Fundamental to support children's literacy. Scan this QR code to donate to our virtual book drive.
I'm Blair Durham. After a crash, if the insurance company isn't helping you with your car, how do you think they're going to deal with you about your injuries?
Or say a Houston County Sheriff's Office vehicle crashed into a pickup truck and the pickup driver was killed. We're told 3 others were also taken to the hospital, but we don't know an update on their condition. The cause of the crash, though, is still under investigation.
7:46 is your time. New this morning. Here in the heart of Music City, something big is happening today. Tennessee is going to become the first state in the nation to pass a law protecting musicians from the impacts of artificial intelligence. Fox 17 News reporter Peyton Muse joining us live here in studio with how this law is supposed to work. Peyton, more importantly, how many people it could impact right here in Music City. Good morning.
And we're in the heart of Music City. Now, this afternoon, Governor Bill Lee is actually signing this bill into law with the hopes of Tennessee setting the stage for the rest of the country to follow.
The heartbeat of Music City. Tennessee is home to some of the most talented musicians in the world, which is why state lawmakers created the Elvis Act, ensuring likeness, voice, and image security.
People can take the image or the voice of an artist and create a whole new musical work, a new sound recording that sounds and copies an artist, but is not actually the artist.
When a machine is able to take something and from someone's lifetime experience and recreate it without permission, or take someone's voice and use it without permission, let's just call it what it is. It's wrong. It's theft.
Name, image, and likeness is already protected in Tennessee. State leaders added voice to protect creators from AI.
There are many states across the country that already have what we call a right of publicity law, similar to Tennessee, but it's not clear if those laws apply to digital replicas and AI. Not every state includes voice, which is why this bill in Tennessee is so important. And we think there needs to be a federal standard. There is no federal right to publicity to control your likeness or your image. And we think that needs to change.
With support coming from both sides of the aisle.
I look forward to working together to address this proliferation of AI that we're facing as a generation. We are in the future now, colleagues. And so this is something that we have to be proactive about.
It's only right that we lead the nation in this effort. Tennessee is the music capital of the world, and we intend to keep it that way.
Now, the Elvis Act will be signed into law at noon today downtown at Robert's Western World, and this law goes into effect July 1st this summer. In studio, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Dakota station.
Peyton, thank you very much. Tennessee state lawmakers considering a bill right now that could lead to legalizing medical marijuana here in our state. As it stands right now, they are trying to pass a bill that would put that issue on the November ballot, letting you weigh in on the issue. 7:49. Let's get a check of your forecast right now with our Code Red meteorologist, Greg Bobus. Greg, a very good morning to you. Happy Baby Friday.
Yes, we're getting so close to the weekend.
Spring weekend.
And don't let what's on your screen right now scare you away. A little bit of rain tomorrow means nothing for your weekend. Weekend looks so good. First weekend of spring, we're going to be fantastic. And honestly, the rain that we're going to get is going to be helpful. Maybe you've started planting, or you're going to just want to have a nice bed of soil that's nice and rich with some water and not trying to chip away at it this weekend. This is good. Rain moving in here overnight tonight into tomorrow. Starts very late today after sunset. Steady rainfall on and off for your Friday. What I mean by steady is when you get some rain that moves in, it'll last you a good hour or two. You'll get a break. You may get another batch. Most of that afternoon toward the evening. No storms likely, but you'll want to have the umbrella. And no major changes to the forecast other than smaller amounts of rain, but still that steady rainfall is really going to be helpful. Here's 4 p.m. today. Rain starting to pop up in northern Alabama. Other than that, nothing happening in our area. And here's through 10 p.m. Yeah, not very impressive. Look, dot, dot, dot. You can connect the dots on the showers later today. It's not going to be a line of widespread rainfall. Moving through the morning hours of tomorrow, this is a good change. Our rain chances for the morning hours of your Friday have gone down. It is now afternoon and evening, and they could linger into the overnight hours leading into your Saturday. So that means that 6, 7 o'clock in the morning Saturday, a last push of a sprinkle or two cannot be ruled out. You'll see that here going into 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then we're done. The rest of the day looks great. Your Saturday and your Sunday shape up nicely. Saturday, I want to point out two things. Temperatures down a little bit. We're not going to be in the upper 60s that day. It'll be low 60s, and it will be a little breezy. Wind gusts up near 20 miles per hour. So if you don't like a windy, kind of cooler day, make Sunday your outdoor day. But if you don't mind that, both days look good to go. Nighttime temperatures in the 40s to right near 50 for the next 7 days. Our next bigger weather maker is going to be Tuesday of next week. That'll be our big emphasis leading into and out of the upcoming weekend.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's go to I-65 and I-840 at the junction. This is down in Williamson County. They have now 2 tow trucks in place trying to get this 18-wheeler that ran off the road earlier in the morning. We believe firmly that it ran right off the road here. This is 65 down below. This is I-65. This is the exit for 840. Ran off of the exit and ran up the side of the road onto 840 there, and nobody is hurt, thankfully, but it did cause quite a bit of damage. One lane is now open there on 840 as you try to get by. You can use Highway 41 as well as 431. Highway 431 and Highway 31 is a good way to steer clear. It is causing a bit of a backup back behind this. We're going to try to get to that a little bit later in the morning. First, there are other things to tell you about. This is 65 here at Armory Drive, just on the south side of town. Traffic is getting by here despite this crash. No authorities getting there yet, but when they do, they're going to force everyone to move over, and that is going to slow things down. You want to take Franklin Pike as a good way to steer clear because this crash is going to get worse before it gets better.
Justin, thank you. You hear the music. We're talking about sports this Thursday morning. The Tennessee Vols kicking off their NCAA tournament tonight, and they're gonna need this guy. Okay?
That's number 3. The Vols' 5th-year guard Dalton Knecht, named the SEC Player of the Year last week. Now he's being named a finalist for the Lute Olson National Player of the Year award. This guy is on fire. Knecht averaging more than 21 points a game, shooting at 46.5% overall, and the Vols are going to need those numbers tonight. They're going to face off against St. Peter's to open up the tournament.
All right, so let's talk about Tennessee. They're coming off an ugly loss, yes, to Mississippi State, in the opening game of the SEC tournament at Bridgestone Arena last week. Knecht says they were not the aggressor in that game, and that is not going to happen again. Listen.
We just weren't there. We need to be, we're going to be more competitive, especially we know it's win or go home, and this could be our last game, and we definitely don't want that to happen, so we're going to come out ready to fight and be the aggressors.
All right, we filled out our bracket this morning. Erica and I did.
Yes.
Erica's got Tennessee going all the way against Long Beach State.
I know some folks are like, what?
I picked Tennessee to beat Long Beach State. We'll see how it all fares out, and it kicks off tonight. The Vols are going to tip off at 8:20 against St. Peter's. We'll have all those highlights for you starting tomorrow morning at 4.
And listen, the madness already started for our Vanderbilt women's basketball team. The Commodores back in the tournament for the first time in a decade, and they are fighting for their lives. Ooh, okay. We'll see.
The Doors going to take on Columbia in the first 4 play-in game. Winner moves on to the first round of the tournament. We've got you covered with all the highlights tomorrow.
With the warm weather comes ample opportunities to embark on some outdoor adventures. We're sharing some information as to where you can get some fresh air and hiking trails at parks across Middle Tennessee.
And a gorgeous start to this Thursday morning. A live look into downtown Nashville. Good morning to you. Whether you're waking up with us right here on your TV or maybe you're streaming live with us this morning, we've got the show going up behind the scenes over on my Facebook page. So if you want to join us live on Facebook, head on over there and join in on the behind the scenes action.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
Hardee's Philly cheesesteak favorites are back. Handcrafted creations with sauteed peppers, onions, and melty cheese to reinvent the signature Philly classics from sunrise to supper time.
Asked you that question, so let's take a look at some of your comments.
Yeah, so we're showing you some of the comments right here on your screen. We have one person saying spring, and then Barbara Wild's writing spring and fall. Jennifer Jameson says always summer. Jennifer, I agree with you. Melissa Larson says I love spring. My awesome birthday is tomorrow. Can't wait for the beautiful weather. Happy birthday to you. And then Amy Lynette says flowers. Spring and fall are my favorite.
Hey, and if you don't like whatever season we're in, just hang around because, you know, sometimes we get all 4 seasons in the course of 24 hours.
Lovely.
It is Middle Tennessee. After all, you never know.
Let's check in now with our Code Red meteorologist, Greg. I want to ask you, Greg, what's your favorite? What's your favorite season, Greg?
Mine is summer, but like the very beginning, after everything is green, vibrant. We're not too terribly stuck in the 90s for 2 months in a row.
Where you're not sweating it out?
Yeah, early summer's my favorite, especially here. And Jen's right. Everyone's right. We can get all 4 seasons literally in a day. But there are also parts of the country that only get 2 seasons, or they get all 4 of them and one of them is just like scrunched together. So at least we get all of it. Taking a look, 67 degrees later today, similar start to yesterday when it comes to morning temperatures in the 40s. Everyone always asks, well, what's the weekend look like? So just don't hide it. Here it is. 62 degrees on Saturday, 69 on Sunday. Breezy for Saturday. So if you don't like the temperatures that are a little bit cooler, a little bit cloudier, and a little bit on the windier side, that might not be the day for you, but Sunday is nearly perfect, up near 70. You can always follow along with any of us. Jen right now is live on Facebook. If you want to kind of see some behind the scenes, I'm saying hello to them while I'm saying hello to you here on TV. You can go there and always check out what's going on with us. And you can also see that Twitter, our X pages, or Instagram to reach out to any of us with any questions or just want to say hi.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Searching from the water, the land, and the skies, we have local volunteers now ramping up their search for missing college student Riley Strain. Fox 17 news crews have been on the ground gathering more information. We'll talk about the focus of the investigation here on your Thursday morning.
And this Thursday, we are going to reach the mid-60s. Lots of sunshine, but it's taking a turn tonight into Friday. What about your weekend, though? We're going to have that full forecast, help you plan it all out.
And right now,
traffic this morning at I-65 and I-840 as you make that drive down from the south side of town. We're going to tell you about the trouble in Williamson County in just a few.
Ooh, thank you so much for waking up with us here on a busy Thursday morning. I'm Erica Glover.
I'm Jennifer Waddell. Fox 17 News, always your only live local news source through 9 a.m. When those other stations go to their national pre-recorded network programming, we are live and local just for you.
And we're going to get started with a story that is making international headlines for more than a week now. In case you have not been following this story, though, we do want to take a moment to review the timeline of how we got to the point regarding 22-year-old Riley Strain's disappearance. Back on the 8th of March, the 22-year-old college student disappeared after leaving Luke Bryan's Broadway bar. And then on March 12th, we got a look at surveillance video that showed Riley right here walking around downtown. Look at this. And then March 17th, a bank card belonging to the 22-year-old was discovered on the riverbank. And then March 18th, police sharing more body camera video of an officer interacting with him on the night that he disappeared. That all leads us up to now, this Thursday, a coalition of out-of-state volunteers. They're called the United Cajun Navy. They have stepped in to help find 22-year-old Riley Strain. It is now day 2 of their ongoing search efforts, and volunteers are out there busy right behind our Fox 17 News reporter, Karen Aguilar. So, Karen, what can you share with us so far? What are they planning to do now?
The United Cajun Navy is on a mission to help Riley Strain's family find him. And one of the volunteers tells me that they slept very late last night, but they're not giving up. We already saw some of those volunteers behind me near the Cumberland River at the Cleese's Ferry boat ramp. They'll have an airboat and additional boats coming in today. The canines will be here any minute now, according to a volunteer from the United Cajun Navy. Yesterday, they spent hours scouring the riverbanks and still no sign of Riley Strain or any new clues yet. Metro Police and emergency management search teams also searched the water. Riley's family is grateful for the help, but they did need to bring those outside resources as the days go on and he is still missing. Riley Strain's dad says he is tirelessly waiting for any sign of his son.
It's a whole lot more resources than what we've had so far. Of course, I wish that this could have happened a week ago. It takes time to get this stuff in place. These people have been so good to come out and help us. We're tired. We're real tired, so some fresh people coming in has really helped.
The public has also stepped in to help. The incident commander of the United Cajun Navy says that 6 women will be in downtown passing out Riley's flyers, and that they'll be holding an event at 10:30 on Gay Street to try to recruit more people for the search. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
8:03 our time, looking at our forecast here, and the big 3 things to know as we get closer and closer to finally being to the first weekend of spring. Clouds will increase today throughout the afternoon toward the evening. Right now, we're fairly sunny. Rain moves in after sunset. And when I mean rain, I don't mean blankets of rain, thunderstorms, the whole nine. No, a couple little pop-ups after sunset into tonight. No storms expected, no severe weather, but rain will continue into tomorrow. We'll see a few more showers in the morning and then a little bit of consistent rain on and off for the afternoon. 45 degrees temperature right now. Nashville, seeing that sunshine right here on Lower Broadway, everything beaming down. A couple of clouds are out there for now, but overall we're mainly sunny. 42 in Murfreesboro, 45 in Lewisburg, 41 in Dickson. Temperatures thankfully already getting a little bit warmer in southern Kentucky, where you were in the low to middle 30s about an hour ago. Now we're pushing mid to upper 30s, if not hitting the 40-degree mark. Let's get to your 7-day forecast, just in case you got to get moving here. I want you to know every little piece of the information you need. 67 degrees today and tomorrow, 62 cooler and breezy on Saturday. 69 degrees on your Sunday. Coming up in the next check of your Code Red forecast, we'll look at future track. We'll do the hour-by-hour breakdown of that rain, the pockets of dry time, help you plan out your Friday, and especially if you have plans Friday evening. Stick with me.
Steer clear traffic at I-65 and I-840. Let's get you down to the south side of town. We've been following this since before the sun has come up, and that is that crash here at 840 here, where this tractor trailer earlier this morning somehow left the road here at I-65, ran up the grass and onto 840 right through the guardrail. They've got a tow truck there in place. They are lifting the tractor part of the tractor trailer in the air right now and are trying to get it under control. I'm unsure what their plan is exactly, but they're trying their best to try to remove this out of the way. It has been causing delays in all directions. Everybody around this wants to slow down and look, including these cars. They've been watching it now for a little while. I promise you, they want to slow down and look. Look, see this? There's nothing in front of this car. He's just slowing down to look. Slowing down to look. That's all this is. So heads up there on that south side. You can take Highway 31 or 431 to steer clear. We got a crash at 65 at Armory Drive. This is down on the south side of town near 100 Oaks. A couple of cars got together. TDOT is there dealing with that. Here's your overall drive times right now as we get our 8 o'clock hour started. 71 minutes in from Clarksville, 67 minutes in from Murfreesboro, 37 minutes in from Wilson County.
Wild story this morning from Murray County, where deputies say a gang member with a long criminal rap sheet is now behind bars. Watch the video here on the top left of your screen, because you'll watch James Rucker go into his home. This all happened last week. Then you'll see the SWAT team move in and Rucker run out.
Yeah, he doesn't make it too far. Deputies from Murray and Williamson counties and TBI agents, look at this. They pull up and they swarm inside of his home. They were executing a search warrant for this area, and you can see him in that top left-hand corner, right-hand corner, running off.
Yeah, right side white circle. He runs out. Investigators say Jamie Rucker had been going out the back, and when they went inside, they found all kinds of cocaine, meth, ecstasy, pot, $47,000 worth of money just stocked there in cash. Rucker now faces a long list of charges.
Now to crisis in the classroom. A Rutherford County teacher suspended after the Board of Education says she engaged in, quote, forcible physical contact with 2 students.
What does that mean? Well, we've been diving into the records here this morning. The Rutherford County Board of Education says Emily Romine was seen on camera from the Stewartsboro Elementary School cafeteria grabbing and pulling a student's arm, pushing a student, and then they said other physical acts happened during about an 8-minute stretch of time. The board voted last night to suspend the teacher for 15 days. She was already on unpaid suspension before that vote.
No one wants to hear their voice or see their image taken without permission or used out of context. This landmark legislation will help protect artists against those threats and set the stage for protection nationally and around the world.
A first of its kind. Could Tennessee be the first state in the nation to pass a law protecting musicians from the impacts of artificial intelligence? Our Fox 17 News reporter Peyton Muse breaking this story down at 8:45.
Plus, state lawmakers looked at a proposal that would ban cell phones from every classroom in the state. Some education leaders say the phones are too much of a distraction, but we're going to tell you why some lawmakers say the goods of these phones outweigh the bad.
Thursday, a TMZ exclusive. It's the royal scandal that's rocked the world.
Tonight at 8 on Fox 17.
Fox 17 News investigates, providing you more details, more context, more clarity on stories that matter to you.
The blue behavior on the part of teachers and some students sometime. We've all seen those videos go viral. However, education leaders on many different platforms are saying that the cell phones are way too much of a distraction and something needs to be done.
Learning cannot take place unless a student is engaged. And it's obvious that students are not engaged when they're spending time on their cell phones, when they're on their devices.
I've had the privilege of being in front of a classroom full of students, and I will tell you firsthand, my observation is cell phones are degrading the learning environment in a big way. I would further submit to you that in my youth, we didn't have cell phones, and we got along just fine without them. So saying that cell phones are a requirement is a bogus argument.
And I totally disagree with my colleague to my left over here that discounted the safety portion of this. I think it plays a great role in safety of our students across this state when it comes to cell phones and notifications, because seconds matter in the event there's an active shooter.
Now, this bill, after a robust debate there, did not pass the committee. Instead, they have kicked it down to local school boards who can still make their own rules in regards to cell phone use.
8:11 your time, looking at your Code Red forecast. We'll start here with future track, working our way into our next weather maker that does bring in some rain leading up to the weekend. Not for today. Thankfully, we're going to stay dry, just a little cloud cover that's going to pick up for us here on and off throughout the afternoon. 4 p.m. is the time to start watching well down to the south of Nashville, right along the Alabama state line. A few showers do track in. 4 o'clock until 10 p.m. A few of these little hit and miss showers track into the area. No thunder, no lightning, not even heavy rainfall, and those will linger and meander on and off throughout the overnight and into tomorrow morning. Best chance for some more consistent and steady rainfall is going to be the second half of your Friday afternoon into the evening, and then into the first half of the overnight leading into Saturday morning. Everything is light to really kind of grayish green here, which means that that's going to be lighter rainfall. By the time all is said and done leading Saturday into Sunday, we'll have about maybe 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch of rain. And again, not worrying about severe weather this time around leading toward our weekend.
Steer clear traffic at 8:12. A quick look outside at what we're dealing with here. I-65 at I-840 down to Williamson County. They continue to work to try and get that 18-wheeler off of the side of the interstate. It's been there since around 5 o'clock, 5:15 this morning. Thankfully, no one is hurt, but it did cause quite a bit of damage there and lots and lots of cleanup. It's also causing lots and lots of onlookers there in that area as well. You want to take Highway 31 and Highway 431. That's the best way to steer clear down there in Williamson County. We'll continue to watch other things around town coming up in a few.
We're simply asking the FBI to follow the law and release the documents.
We have new developments in a legal battle surrounding the Covenant School shooters' writings. In a few minutes, we'll take a deeper dive into the lawsuit against the FBI. We'll be right back.
North Nashville's Town & Country Ford in Madison. Scratch and dent time still going strong here. And F-150s are the most popular in this big sales event. F-150s, XLTs, Lariats, Roush, and Tuscany conversion trucks too.
Do you need to sell a vacant house or a property that needs repairs? Inherited homes, bad tenants.
Celebrating a victory. Fox News reporter Kylie Walker explains.
A federal judge has ordered the FBI to turn over the shooter's writings to the court. That judge will then review them and determine if they should be released. Last May, the Tennessee Star, along with several other groups, sued the Metro Nashville government for not releasing the shooter's writings. That case is currently tied up in court, but the Tennessee Star decided to take that battle a step further, filing a federal lawsuit against the FBI.
The documents are public record and they should be released. Metro government failed to release them. We asked them nicely. They didn't. And they shared those documents with the FBI. We asked them nicely in accordance with the law. They didn't. And so when the government entities don't comply with the law, we have recourse through the courts.
Michael Leahy with the Tennessee Star says the documents could provide information to legislators and the general public that could possibly lead to steps to prevent terrible acts like this from happening in the future. What do you think that difference is between suing Metro versus, FBI?
At first, I thought we would be more likely to obtain the documents in state proceedings. But there are a number of parties who do not want those documents revealed and have taken the legal actions to impede its release. And again, I think that is contrary to the public interest.
Right now, Leahy believes it's more likely that the documents will be released either in full or in part, first by the decision made by the federal judge.
And I am fully confident that after she reviews them, she will conclude correctly that it is in the public interest to have all of these documents released.
And today we spoke with former FBI agent Scott Augenbaum, who broke down how cases like this work.
Just remember, there's evidence in a case. The manifesto is evidence. The evidence is property of the collecting agency, Metro Nashville. They turned it over to the FBI. The FBI would then turn it back over with the notes and everything like that. So the analysis.
That was Kylie Walker reporting, and as we have reported in the past here on Fox 17 News, Covenant parents have been vocal over the past year in support of not releasing the manifesto, voicing their concerns at protesters and House hearings. Keep in mind, next week does mark the 1 year date since that tragedy. Now you can see all of our previous coverage since that shooting at the Covenant School back last March, by going to our website, fox17.com, and search Covenant.
Here's some good news in your community this morning. Want to give a big old welcome back to about 150 soldiers, the men and women serving our country through the Tennessee National Guard. The 251st Military Police Company coming back home today. It comes after a nearly year-long deployment. While they were there, a majority of the soldiers performed missions in Bulgaria and Romania and provided security for other deployed military units. They are scheduled to fly into Smyrna's volunteer training site in 2 groups later today. They'll be greeted by the friends, family, and soldiers who have been very anxiously awaiting their safe return home. So thanks again for your service, and we'll be glad to see them get home safely this afternoon. Looks like they're going to be able to dodge some of the showers, Greg, that you're predicting as we get into tomorrow. So good flying conditions for them to come in this evening?
Much better than it looked even yesterday.
Good.
So we've kind of lowered the rain chances and also kind of condensed the rain timing, but we'll still get enough to where it'll help you out here when it comes to the growing season, but nothing when it comes to aviation, and this should get in our way. Taking a look right now, our camera overlooking Geodis Park, and Nashville SC taking on the Columbus Crew on March 30th here back home. If you've not been to a game or been to Geodis Park, boy, is it a fun place to go, and boy, is the atmosphere electric. Take a look here, what to wear, kind of like yesterday. Any spring attire you want, whether it's a dress, it's just short sleeves, maybe the shorts, your favorite pair of shoes, sun hat, ball cap, all that's good. You can leave the umbrella at home. Nothing to worry about when it comes to rain today. Overnight tonight into tomorrow, rain chances pick up a little bit, but it's by no means an all-day soaking event. Just a couple of showers here and there. Out the door here today on your Thursday, your baby Friday goes 43 degrees at 9 a.m., 50 at 10, and 54 degrees at 11 o'clock. Continuing through the rest of today, our temperatures eventually do get into the upper 60s. So maybe when the kids get home from school, let them run around in the backyard, get a little bit of that energy out, and then take a look at the forecast. Going forward, we will dip a little bit in temperature going into the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Steer clear traffic this morning. A couple of things to show you. A couple of them are new. This is going to be I-24 at the Silman Evans Bridge. This is in downtown Nashville there. As you approach the split between 24 and 40, there is a crash over to the side up against the barrier. Waiting on a tow truck in that particular situation is causing a bit of a backup through the heart of downtown. Want to give yourself an extra 10 to 15 minutes to get through the crawl there so you can get to your destination on the other side. Also want to show you something happening on I-65. This is at Armory Drive on the south side. Hey, it looks like it's over, but authorities were just there with what they were calling police activity. That is code forward for police departments were conducting some type of operation, investigation, handing out traffic tickets, something like that, but not an accident. The other thing we've been following is this. They are trying to remove this crash on I-65 at I-840 as this tractor trailer ran through a guardrail, blocking up several lanes here. We're going to get into the details coming up in a few.
All right, Justin, thank you. 8:21 is the time right now. Coming up in our newscast this morning as we're live through 9, the point streak continues for the Preds. We'll tell you how the club is staying hot as they make a push for the postseason.
And hey, just want to say thank you for waking up with us every morning on Fox 17 News. We're your only local station with traffic and weather updates live from 4 all the way up until 9. You can also see the weather updates on the right side of your screen, even during commercial breaks. Stay with us.
When your gut is out of balance, your body gives you signs. So if you're frustrated with occasional bloating, gas, or abdominal discomfort, help stop the frustration and start taking Align every day. Align Probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional digestive upsets.
Drive an Accord or CR-V hybrid today. Get 614 miles per tank and never plug it in. The battery charges as you drive. Save thousands with 3.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Good morning and welcome back into Fox 17 News this morning. It is 8:25. I want you to know that we have not forgotten about the missing 15-year-old with autism from Sumner County. This is a story that has drawn a lot of attention, and that is the search for Sebastian Rogers.
The TBI is saying that they are continuously going over surveillance video from neighbors, from businesses. And so far, there are just no new details about where Sebastian could be. Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his home in the Shackle Island community of Sumner County, not too far from Beach High School, back on February the 26th.
Gosh, it's hard to believe we're almost a month into that story. All right. Hey, a heads up for you this morning. If you head to Nashville International anytime soon, especially next Tuesday, B&A is going to conduct a full-scale emergency drill Tuesday, March 26th, and they're going to do all the things. It's mandated by the FAA.
Now, this is not just something that they're going to do with a bunch of actors or something, even though, they will have that. But
full scale.
It's full scale, which would include actual fire, actual smoke, actual explosions that are planned to happen during this simulation. Keep in mind, it's all just a drill. There are going to be some taxiways that are going to be closed during this drill, but flight operations, we are promised, will continue on. There will also be several other operational runways taking place there at B&A as well.
All right, 8:26 right now is your time, getting closer to the time when the kiddos will be settled in school, Greg, for the morning, and then before you know it, we'll be looking ahead to the weekend.
That we will. And later today, upper 60s, a little bit of cloud cover. Nothing to worry about. Our rain chance that leads us into the weekend is tomorrow. We'll turn off the rain and bring back some sunshine as we go later Saturday into Sunday. A little bit breezy, though. Saturday, wind gusts around 20 miles per hour. Keep that in mind. And also the cooler day of both of them. It will only be 62 on Saturday. We'll be up near 70 on Sunday. Rain-free both days. Super looking Sunday, and even the nighttime temperatures, you wake up in the mid-40s both days. You can always connect with us on Facebook, our X pages on twitter.com or Instagram. That's also where you would go. Meteorologist Greg Bobus on Facebook to submit your dogs of the day. And we'll have your curious question coming up for you as we go into our 8:30 half hour in just a few minutes.
Also coming up at 8:30, we're going to get into deeper details about this crash at I-65 and I-80 down in Williamson County. How did this driver leave the road? And the latest on the cleanup efforts.
The FBI claims that crime rates are dropping across the U.S. How do you feel about that here at home? We'll get some of your comments and why the Attorney General claims these numbers are legit.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Wow.
Yeah.
Woo! I love it. Woo!
Whoa.
Hey. What are we, Steve?
Winners.
I love you.
Get an exciting new 24 Camels
next.
Waking up sunny and in the 40s, but weather changes pretty drastically in the next 24 hours. Rain chances move in and then some wind and a cool down for the first half of your weekend in your forecast.
Steer clear traffic takes us down to Williamson County, I-65 and I-80. The work continues on a massive scene involving an 18-wheeler. I'll give you the details.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
I'm Jennifer Waddell. Fox 17 News, always your only live local news source through 9 a.m. And getting straight to our top story new this 8:30 half hour.
Yeah, we're talking about how it's been 13 days since 22-year-old Riley Strain was asked to leave Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway and has not been heard of since.
Yeah, so many questions about what happened to him and how, for example, Metro Police have responded. That's coming on the part of the family. Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live this morning at the Shelby Park boat ramp to tell us how far they've gone in uncovering clues and what we can expect for today's search. Good morning, Karen.
We just saw volunteers from the United Cajun Navy behind me by the Cleeses Ferry boat ramp, checking out the current of the Cumberland River as they prepare to have their boats on there. A volunteer tells me they will have an airboat and additional boats coming in today along with canines. I've seen emergency management search teams here already as well. Metro Police and that search crew were on the water yesterday. The United Cajun Navy made some progress on expanding the search, but say they will be going further today. The incident commander tells me Riley's dad will also be on the boat with them. So far, no sign of Riley or any new clues. That's why the United Cajun Navy decided to step in.
Found out from them what was going on and the level of their frustration at that point. Yeah, we have the resources to be able to help. We're not going to not help.
The public is also wanting to help. The incident commander of the United Cajun Navy says that 6 women will be in downtown handing out Riley's flyers, and at 10:30 today on Gay Street, they will be recruiting more people in this search. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Well, look at your forecast here at 8:32, and we're talking about temperatures right side of your screen that are already tempting with 50 degrees in some spots. Will be in the upper 60s later on this afternoon. Another great day. A little cloudier by the time we get to the second half of today, but right now, sunshine's winning the game. Rain takes over tomorrow, only for a day, but we will have some showers that move in tonight, and then the second half of tomorrow looking a little bit rainier than the first half. A preview of the weekend just tells us that we're going to stay dry, but both days about a 7 to 8 degree temperature difference during the afternoons that we'll look at. We've changed that up a little bit here. We're still all clear when it comes to any code red threats. We have no severe weather, no thunderstorms even, as this batch of rain moves in, but we will track it for you. A new look at Future Track that we get every day between 8 and 9 o'clock when we are your only live and local news source. Taking a look here at your 7-day forecast. 67 degrees today and tomorrow. There's the cool down. Saturday, 62, 69 degrees on your Sunday. Saturday, a little bit breezy. We'll take a look at that updated timeline for your Friday rainfall, and then I'll give you my first thoughts at any potential thunderstorms leading into next week on Tuesday.
Steer clear traffic. Let's get to I-65 and I-840 down in Williamson County. That is where we are dealing with a tractor trailer that went off the road earlier in the morning and is now partially off of the interstate. So let me paint the picture for you. This is I-65 right here. This is I-65 going south as you head towards Murray County coming out of Nashville. At some point right here at exit 59, this tractor trailer left the road and instead of making the turn on the ramp, went up the grass and onto 840. You can't do that. They went right through the guardrails. As a matter of fact, we've got a picture that we want to show you here. This is from the Williamson County Emergency Management Agency. They shot this picture overnight. You can see where the tractor trailer came right up through the guardrail. Thankfully, the driver is doing just fine. You want to take Highway 31 and Highway 431 is the best way to steer clear because it is causing some delays as people just look at it as they drive by this morning.
Justin, thank you. 8:35 is your time right now. There's a new report out from the FBI that claims crime rates in the U.S. are dropping. A lot of people calling into question how they've measured the data. It's coming from about 13,000 law enforcement agencies that police more than 80% of the U.S. The FBI says crime has declined significantly in the fourth quarter of last year in almost every category, including murder, violent crime, and property crime, but we've documented, at least here in the mid-state, several communities where crime is on the rise. Attorney General Merrick Garland crediting the Justice Department's violent crime reduction strategy launched in 2021. But we wanted to get a pulse on this story right here at home. What do you think? Do you feel like your communities are safer? And as you can see, based on our Fox Nashville Twitter poll, that answer is absolutely no. 87.9% of you saying no, you don't feel like your communities are safer. And not only that, but so many of you weighed in on this question over on my Facebook page, where I asked this same question based on the stats from the FBI and the claims of communities being safer and crime being down. I want to read some of your comments. This is straight from you over on Facebook. Brian Burke says, unfortunately, I don't believe a lot of what the FBI says anymore. John Page says, yeah, I guess it is, referring to the crime numbers being down. I guess it is when they let him go and don't record it. You know, we've got a lot of folks, Gary Luther saying, no, not in the borough, doesn't feel safer. Jerry says not in New York, where he is. Myron Prater says, no, I don't believe it at all. You've still got time to sound off. Leave your comment over on my Facebook page.
Now to Operation Crime and Justice. Murray County deputies are working, trying to track down any answers for a cold case. So take a look at your screen. Maybe you can help. This is a photograph of Amber Cates. 20 years ago, Amber Cates disappeared. Her family says they last saw the 16-year-old at her mother's home, leaving for a spring break trip with a relative.
We have a lot of individuals that may go missing through time, and every one of those matter.
Imagine if this was your relative. The Murray County Sheriff's Office putting together a cold case unit using retired investigators and experts. If you know anything about Cates' disappearance, we have put contact information for detectives over at fox17.com. Just ahead, state lawmakers consider the option of legalizing medical marijuana. We're going to get your feedback on the possibility.
And we know the cicadas are coming. Go ahead and prepare now. We'll tell you which brood we expect to see right here in the Mid-State.
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
One perfect pizza. Protein and a dough.
Fox Thursday.
Let's go.
It's a next level chef pizza party.
They want to directly express their concerns over the Alaska Airlines accident and the production problems that are currently going over at Boeing factories. The Journal says this meeting could happen as soon as next week. As of right now, though, Boeing CEO is not expected to attend. Not expected. Alaska, Southwest, America, and United are the biggest users of that 737 MAX plane.
Erica, thank you. 8:41 right now. Okay, we warned you. The critters are coming. We're talking billions of cicadas that'll be buzzing around parts of the country this spring and summer.
This is for the first time in more than 200 years. We've got two different types of cicadas. Two! Aren't we so lucky? They're expected to come out and emerge on us here. Now, we're talking about the Brood 19 cicadas. They're expected to come on out after 13 years of hibernation. They'll be out this spring. They'll cover around 14 states across the Southeast and the Midwest.
So that's the one that we'll likely see here. And at the same time, we've got this Brood 13. So we have Brood 19 and 13. 13 is expected to emerge in the Midwest. According to ScienceAlert.com, this is the first time that we've had a double brood happen in about 220 years, and it likely won't happen again until the year 2245.
Twice the brood, twice the noise. So won't that be interesting as well?
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
Yeah, that's your feeling about it. I have a different kind of feeling about it.
Just remembering double McGum. Go ahead.
Double McGum, yeah, well, double cicadas out there. Let's get to your steer clear traffic. We are dealing with some issues there on the south side of town. Crews have been on the scene. They're trying to remove all of the content of that particular tractor trailer as you make that drive on I-65 up near I-840 in Williamson County. They've got a forklift out there trying to remove whatever it is, but it came dumping out of the back of that tractor trailer. You can get by. They've opened up lanes on I-840 and on I-65. The biggest slowdown you're going to get is people just slowing down to look at this as they drive by. That is going to be the biggest thing. Everything else relatively tame as we come towards the end of our 8 o'clock hour.
Right now at 8:42, our Code Red meteorologist Greg Boba says things are looking good for the early part of the day. We're going to track some showers on and off as we get into your Friday. Live look from Geodis Park right now. Good morning to you.
And the governor will be down on Broadway later today, and he'll be down there talking about artificial intelligence. Some people say it's the devil in disguise. We're going to tell you how this technology could be impacting music makers right here in Nashville.
Ashley's anniversary sale is going on now. We're celebrating 79 years with exclusive deals on hot buys starting at just $3.99. Or get low monthly payments with 0% interest for 7 years. Shop your local Ashley store today.
North Nashville's Hayes Nissan of Rivergate. March Madness is here, and Hayes Nissan has made special arrangements.
All right, Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse joining us in studio with how this law works.
Now, this afternoon, Governor Bill Lee is signing this bill into law with the hopes of Tennessee setting the stage for the rest of the country to follow.
The heartbeat of Music City, Tennessee is home to some of the most talented musicians in the world, which is why state lawmakers created the Elvis Act, ensuring likeness, voice, and image security.
People can take the image or the voice of an artist and create a whole new musical work, a new sound recording that sounds and copies an artist, but is not actually the artist.
When a machine is able to take something and from someone's lifetime experience and recreate it without permission, or take someone's voice and use it without permission, let's just call it what it is. It's wrong. It's theft.
Name, image, and likeness is already protected in Tennessee. State leaders added voice to protect creators from AI.
There are many states across the country that already have what we call a right of publicity law, similar to Tennessee, but it's not clear if those laws apply to digital replicas and AI. Not every state includes voice, which is why this bill in Tennessee is so important. And we think there needs to be a federal standard. There is no federal right to publicity to control your likeness or your image. And we think that needs to change.
With support coming from both sides of the aisle.
I look forward to working together to address this proliferation of AI that we're facing as a generation. We are in the future now, colleagues, and so this is something that we have to be proactive about.
It's only right that we lead the nation in this effort. Tennessee is the music capital of the world, and we intend to keep it that way.
Now, the Elvis Act will be signed into law at noon downtown at Roberts Western World, and this law goes into effect July 1st, so this summer. In studio, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Red Station.
All right, Peyton, thank you very much. Tennessee state lawmakers also working on something that could lead to legalizing medical marijuana in our state. Right now, they are looking at a bill that would do just that, attempting to pass one that would put the issue on the November ballot, letting you ultimately decide on the issue.
All right, so we did ask over on our Fox Nashville X account what you think about this. Should Tennessee legalize medical marijuana? It's a live poll asking that very question. Right now, 77.1% of you all say yes, you would not mind Tennessee legalizing medical marijuana. You can go ahead and still let us know what you think by going to our Fox Nashville X account.
And here we are at 8:48, taking a look at the forecast. Quickly getting you going here on a Thursday morning. What are we tracking? What is the next big weather maker? It moves in overnight tonight into tomorrow. Starting very late today, really after sunset. A couple of pop-up showers south of I-40. But really tomorrow's the main event of this, and it's a smaller main event that we anticipated even 24 hours ago. No thunderstorms. Grabbing an umbrella. Few morning showers, afternoon and evening as well. My curious question this morning is, which color star? Think about it. Stars are all different colors. Think about heat in general. This will help you out a little bit. Matches, blowtorches. Which color star has the hottest temperature? Red, yellow, white, or blue? We'll have the answer for you here after we look at future track and time out that incoming rainfall. Nothing for today until well past 4 p.m., 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Pop-up shower at best. That's pretty much it. Any little light rainfall you get won't last that long. Tomorrow morning, relatively dry. We'll be tracking a couple light showers, but it's not going to be a widespread event until late afternoon. Here's 5 p.m. tomorrow into the overnight. A few more showers track in. By the time all's said and done, about a ½ inch worth of rainfall. And the curious question is, which color star has the hottest temperature? Red, yellow, white, or blue? And if you guessed blue, you are right. If you guessed white, you were real close. Those are the two hottest stars. We'll have one last look at your 7-day forecast and the last check of your forecast in general coming up in a few minutes.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Want to continue to follow that crash on 840 at I-65 down in Williamson County. We've been dealing with this crash since before the sun came up. Crews are out there trying to clear up the leftovers of whatever it is that was in this tractor trailer that left the road here at 65. They're supposed to take the ramp here. This is a 35-mile-per-hour ramp right here onto 840. The driver missed it, ran up the grass and onto 840 this way instead. They've been there ever since. Crews are trying to get it cleaned up, but THP is on the scene telling us that it could be a while before they get it completely cleaned up and out of the way. People are slowing down to take a look at it. That is the biggest problem they've got going on right now. You want to take Highway 31, Highway 431 as the best way to steer clear. All lanes of 65, by the way, are open. This is 840 up here that's being impacted. We've also just picked this up. This is I-65 at the Fern Avenue overpass as you make that drive into town. Heads up there as I just saw a TDOT worker run out into the road. Heads up. Whoa, slow down, everybody. It looks like they are closing down the interstate here, possibly so they can move this crash from one side of the road to the other. This is impacting everybody coming in from the north side. You want to try to take Ellington Parkway or perhaps Dickerson Pike as the best way to steer clear until they get this. I see now. Here comes the ambulance. So the ambulance and the fire department are getting in. They wanted to make room for them. They're from the north side, so heads up. This could be with us for the next 30 or minutes or so.
Talking about sports, the Tennessee Vols kicking off the NCAA tournament tonight, and they're going to need the help of the guy right behind me here, Dalton Connect.
Yeah, he's been the superstar this season. He's a fifth-year guard for UT, named the SEC Player of the Year last week, now being named a finalist for the Lute Olson National Player of the Year award. This guy has definitely had a season.
Connect is averaging over 21 points per game while shooting 46.5% overall. Vols are definitely going to need those numbers tonight. That's when they face St. Peter's to open up the tournament.
All right, Tennessee coming off that ugly loss to Mississippi State in the opening round of the SEC tournament here in Nashville last week. That did not go the way they had planned. Next says they weren't aggressive in that game, and he says that's not going to happen again. So Dalton Connect and the Vols going to tip off at 8:20 tonight against St. Peter's.
Oh man, I'm going to have to stay up late.
To bar height and everything in between. Seating for 8 to 10 or more, not a problem. Make a splash. Pools and spas starting at $29.99. Huge savings on pool tables, game tables, and more.
Spring sale going on now.
Here's a recap of our top stories as we wrap up our Thursday morning here. All hands on deck in the search for Riley Strain. Local authorities, yes, have been involved, but we are seeing more and more volunteers show up. They're searching the land, they're searching the water, even launching drones. So we'll continue to press for answers and work to gather more information as they are entering a new day of searching for that missing college student.
We also have some new information this Thursday morning when it comes to a federal lawsuit against the FBI to release the Covenant shooter's writings publicly. We've been following this story from the beginning. This does come nearly a year after the Tennessee Star sued the Bureau, and now a federal judge ordering the FBI to turn over the shooter's writings to the court. That judge will review them and determine if they should be released. The Tennessee Star previously sued Metro Nashville government for not releasing the manifesto before taking it to the federal level.
Next week, by the way, does mark 1 year since the deadly shooting at the Covenant School, where we lost 3 staffers and 3 children.
A Mid-State man is safe after being rescued from a collapsed rock pit. This happened over in Murray County, so look at the photos. The Murray County Fire Department says they were called to a landslide on Keg Springs Road. It happened around 11 o'clock Tuesday night.
Yeah, so they get there, they find the guy was operating equipment there. He was buried in the debris. They think that he had been there for 12 hours. So of course they frantically get in there trying to get this guy out. They were able to do so. They flew him to the hospital where he is recovering this morning.
We're going to check in now with our Code Red meteorologist. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday indeed. 67 and partly to mostly cloudy by the end of today. After dinner time, a pop-up shower or two between then and midnight, and then a couple more overnight. Tomorrow's rain outlook looking relatively dry for the morning. Then the afternoon toward the evening, scattered rain showers, no thunder, no lightning, no severe weather. About a half of an inch of rain.
ZTV Nashville.
The Fox 17 Code Red weather app, your first line of defense when severe weather threatens. Download the Fox 17